Yes, yes. Welcome to the ancient world of tabletop games. I am Agamemnon from the historical documentary Time Bandits. This is a report from a fugitive. Good evening. Welcome to House of Danger, a card game based on the Choose-Your-Own-Adventure book format by Edward Packard, produced by the Prospero Hall design team and published by Z-Man Games. This game comes from the book of the same name by Raymond Montgomery. And this particular video series, it must be said, is not ideal. On the basis that you should at least try to do something with the material you produce, I opted to return to this failed video project and spark it back into life with the lure of coffee-flavored atomic-powered tuna. Works every time. After recording a session of Pandemic Hot Zone North America with Karen Woodward, I found to my horror that the communications software of the moment, Zoom, recorded the visuals and shrank those down for YouTube. This was strictly no-go, and I resolved to find a better way to record transatlantic game sessions. The answer was simple: film with cameras using local software, but share the screen across Zoom. I attempted this with House of Danger. It almost worked. From time to time, I've been the victim of software conflicts that step in and alter your audio source without permission or notification. The result was messy and complicated. Zoom recorded the audio on both sides and created a reduced-size version of the footage unasked. My Yeti microphone was there for the details, but alas, the webcams stepped in and muddied the waters with their own tin microphones. At the finish, I had perfectly sized film footage and 2 awkward soundtracks. Karen was muddied and obscured on one track, and I was slightly hazy on the other, but then, that's the case at the best of times. There was no way to take the best from each audio source without spending 20,000 years in Sing Sing editing the fiddly bits, thanks to our tendency to indulge in Howard Hawks levels of overlapping dialogue. But there was a deeper problem. After recording our first session, we both didn't reach far in reaching for our conclusion. The game was just too damned cheesy. Though we finished it in a second session, we didn't even bother recording the end. Yet here we are. Might as well use it. There's a different angle on not recording the finish. Perhaps you don't care about the mountainous Swiss levels of cheese involved and wish to discover the end on your own. So be it. This series stops where the cheese really picks up. Good luck with that. Welcome to the House of Danger. I hope you have a nice, long sleep.
Okay, have you come up with some sort of a name for this series, like actually playing games? Or because it could be like this little mini series. Could be like games we play.
Radio Canada of the air, broadcasting from the megahertz. We present the Karen Woodward Mystery Hour, brought to you by Proliferated Coal Products, sending coal everywhere.
Hi, I'm so self-conscious now.
I can't imagine why.
Well, looking forward to the game.
You are more familiar with this than I am, for you've actually written articles on this very thing.
Yes, but this is it strikes me as being very different, as being a little bit more. I think there are fewer rules when you're actually just writing a story, a branching narrative.
I'd say that this trades on the nostalgia of what went before.
Just kind of looking at something real quick. Yes, it is very nostalgic, but also I wrote this to you earlier, so I was just looking it up. And memorization, okay, not my strong suit. In the beginning, you have to sort of, card is turned over and you have to memorize stuff, and the nightmare image. And then there's story cards, and there's challenges, and there's challenge boosters, and there's psychic scales, and disaster meters. I mean, the disaster meter, that does not sound very friendly.
It sounds very friendly.
It does? Okay, all right.
If you're evil.
If you're evil, all right. So I guess Boris, the whole thing with Dr. Frankenstein, and off to a good start.
Yes, indeed. Now you say that as if there are lots and lots of things in this game that are very complicated, but I think one of the main criticisms of the game from people who play games is that there isn't much game to it at all.
Oh, really?
Once we set it out, I'm sure you'll see that there's very little to it indeed. Why don't we take this box away?
All right.
There is a portal into mystery.
Hmm. Looks vaguely Lovecraftian.
I wonder if this looks even more Lovecraftian. Or does it remind you of Spider-Man's sick Aunt May, perhaps?
Okay. I wouldn't have gone there, but now that you mention it, I can see it.
I only say that as it appears to be a spider's web at the top of the photograph or
True.
picture or psychic vision. The character in this story is a psychic investigator, so this is some sort of warning, a portent of things to come. We're meant to study that. And
Is that a sword?
That's a sword. I don't think there's any other meaning to it. It's a sword going into a lake or into a whirlpool. I was saying before we started that the top of the image is blurry and the bottom of the image is very bold and precise. And I think if you stare at it by looking past it or blurring your own vision, you might actually see it as a 3D effect. I've had some success with that. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I could be just babbling absolute nonsense, talking rubbish.
Well, I mean, part of what we're doing here is we're creating story, right? So this could be part of our story, regardless of whether it is part of anyone else's story.
That's very true. So let's talk about the green slime.
And the frog there trying to escape.
Yes, is this a tree frog?
I don't know. I've never. I love frogs, but I don't know a lot about them. It's a liminal figure, though, so it's a boundary character.
I'm not entirely sure what we're staring at over here on this side. That could be a block of ice or just a washing machine or a gelatinous cube from Dungeons and Dragons.
Let me get out my magnifying glass here. Yeah, it does kind of look like ice or maybe a freezer. Maybe a little bit too modern, though, for a freezer. Yeah, ice, I guess.
In the background, we have some golden building or temple or...
I think a building like it reminds me of a lab. I don't know why.
And discarded rubbish off to the left, including...
It looks like, yeah. It looks like there's a keyboard there.
That's a kitchen sink.
So it's got a kitchen, everything except the kitchen sink, but this one has the kitchen sink too.
It does. I'm looking at a large dial there in the background with red, and an on switch, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. When I first saw it, it kind of reminded me of a safe. Either a safe or like some sort of a time-traveling portal.
I thought it was a washing machine dial. That would tie in with the washing machine. We are going through
maybe it's some sort of a countdown too, like those the lights.
Oh yes. Anyway, a whirlpool. Isn't that the name of a brand of washing machine? I'm obsessed now. If this game has everything but the kitchen sink, if it doesn't have a washing machine, I'm going to be deeply disappointed. House of Dangerous Washing Machines.
What is she surrounded with? Is that clouds or steam?
I think they're coffee percolators, but they contain blue water.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Maybe like, yeah, it does look like water, doesn't it?
And steam coming out. Or some strange ironing device, perhaps.
Maybe nuclear reactors?
We've gone from coffee to nuclear reactors in one easy move. There is... that's a small canister of what you would call gasoline.
Right. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's right.
There's a barrel, just general rubbish, a pile of rubbish, really.
And then an open like can of, I don't know, with beans, possibly.
So a frog, a large pool in front of a building. And this could be, I mean, this here is some kind of, what, wall?
It almost looks like a couple of safes on the side there.
Oh, identical. Or perhaps not identical. This is mere speculation. We're supposed to turn it over and use the game portion. I don't think we're getting much more out of it than this.
There's a bike there too. Probably not important at all, but just thought I'd point it out.
You say that now, but it's going to be very, very important later.
Hey!
Right. Let's turn it over. And here is the game portion of the game. So we're going to have a danger meter going up the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to become more and more challenging, and we'll be rolling a die. That's the die supplied with the game. I thought we would use something a little more skewed.
Okay. So what is the significance of the psychic scale?
The psychic scale will give us access to premonitions, danger warnings. I'm sure it's going to be written on the cards.
So
level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the higher the better, or?
Yes, the more successful we are, the more likely we are to have a psychic vision of some kind.
Okay.
Now,
And of course, danger meter low is good.
Yes, it doesn't go below 3. There you are. So we're going to roll 6. You see, that would be a success because it's going to start at 3.
Okay.
We have a cube to mark that with.
Why is it a success? Because it's over 3?
It's higher than the danger level, yes. As the
Okay.
danger level escalates, it's more dangerous, so we have to roll higher than that number.
So that number or higher?
Yes, that number or higher.
Okay.
Should point out that the rule book has dogs on it, and they look very dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's something to do with archery. I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but we'll take these clues and a suitcase of money and some sort of diagram. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know, the money looks promising.
Now it's set up so that the cube starts there, and the pawn is over there. However, you are operating in the 1930s with a very primitive computer, and your screen is tiny.
Mm-hmm. So you mean just like now?
Why don't we swap it so that that's easier to see? We'll do it that way.
Okay, looks good. That is actually a bit better, easier to see.
Right then. I've left space at the bottom for a challenge booster. We will gain equipment, and we can plug the equipment into this space to give us a bonus on certain challenges.
Okay.
Some challenges must go ahead, others are optional. We'll find out as we go along.
Is that kind of like a booster seat?
I suppose so, yes. So over there we have the actual book. And this is the cover of the book, and that hides the pages, and that sits on top at all times.
All right.
We may have the opportunity to reverse time and go through a scene again, particularly if we die. We just reverse a bit and start again.
Okay, that sounds good.
And the other thing is we may have the option to replay a chapter to gain different items of equipment.
I think as we go on, I'll get more of an idea about how to actually play the game, but I'm just kind of nodding and going, okay, all right. You know, you'll probably have to repeat all this to me again, so just letting you know.
Let's start off with the introduction. You are an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. For weeks, you've experienced recurring nightmares that you sense might be important. Your mission is to get to the bottom of these visions. You will decide how to move through the story as a group. The story is divided into 5 chapters, each of which is to be played in a single session. I'm going to skip to the end of the rules. If you're planning to play the next chapter another time, place your inventory of items in the storage bag and make note of your danger meter and psychic scale positions. This, I have to say, is nonsense. The game does not come with a storage bag. And I've watched several unboxing videos and I haven't seen a storage bag in any of them. So they planned to put a storage bag in, decided against it on grounds of cost, but then forgot to take that bit out of the rule book. And I'm looking through the box going, where's the storage bag? There isn't one.
Oh, well.
Never trust a rule book. That's the first thing. If something doesn't make sense, perhaps it's a typo.
There we go.
Why don't we just play the game?
All right.
This is the House of Danger. We're going to start in the grounds.
All right. That's appropriate. Sort of like a big expanse of green lawn leading up to a mansion. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think so. If this is the House of Danger, then it's a maze leading in.
Okay, so we're heading into the maze. All right.
I'm going to be very disappointed if that's not the case. Also, same applies to the washing machine. Chapter 1. It's a Tuesday morning in late June. Close enough. And you wake up in a cold sweat. The nightmares came again last night. Even though you're an aspiring detective and psychic investigator, you haven't been able to make sense of the haunting dreams you've had these past few weeks. In your dreams, you keep seeing the same spooky house. You're still shivering under the covers when you hear the phone ring downstairs in your basement.
Ring, ring. This
is where you have your combination office and research laboratory. You dash down to the lab to answer it. I need, a weak voice says when you pick up the receiver. I need your help. You hear a loud click and the phone goes dead. But you were prepared. While the caller was talking, you activated your high-speed telephone tracing device. Oh dear, I think this game is going to be rather cheesy. It instantly displays the caller's number, and we go with the classic movie version, 555-7259. And there aren't any 555 numbers, it's just used in Hollywood, so that you don't actually phone these numbers that come up in movies.
And then, just wait, they're going to implement that area code at one point, and then weird people are going to get a lot of weird calls.
You call back the number right away, but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk, you're disappointed to learn the number is unlisted. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. I don't know how you sense that. It must be your psychic ability.
Must be.
Now, we don't actually know where we are. It's Tuesday morning in late June, which sounds awfully like they've been reading Raymond Chandler.
Well, you must be much more familiar with his work than I do. Does he do a lot of Tuesday night?
He starts a few stories with "it was," and then he tells you where they are and what's going on.
Okay. As long as it's not "it was a dark and stormy night," we're good.
Who's that? Buller Lytton? I think that's Buller Lytton.
Well, no, a few people did. I think A Wrinkle in Time started that way, but it worked for her.
Madeleine L'Engle. I have a copy around here somewhere.
Yeah, same here. Okay, so what do we do?
We rush off and research Buller Lytton. No. Yes, I was just saying, we know it's a Tuesday, it's late June, but we don't know where we are. Except, of course, it has that 555 Hollywood area code. We must be in Hollywood.
Okay.
Later, while at the Hedgebrook police station to return a nightscope you borrowed for a recent stakeout, you describe the mysterious phone call and your recurring dreams to your friend Sergeant Morrison. That call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it, because he's a manly detective, and that's how they talk in these sort of films.
Okay. Well, when you start talking, that's immediately what I thought, manly detective. So
he's probably destined to die horribly in the next scene.
Oh, well, he must be wearing a red shirt then.
I must say, you have all of these telephone tracing devices and night scopes and stakeouts and stuff. I'm not entirely sure if you're a private detective or some kind of serial killer.
Well, like to keep a guy guessing, right?
Turns out in the end it was you all along, which makes no sense when you get to the end of the movie. But wait, that can't make sense.
Well, occasionally the murder is the first-person narrator. I mean, Agatha Christie pulled that off a couple of times.
Let's not spoil that for any viewers.
I won't say which ones.
Well, she wrote a lot, so.
Mm-hmm.
And about that house in your dreams, a voice says from the hallway. I wonder if you're dreaming about the Marsden house out on Hedgebrook Road. Detective Murphy sticks his moustached face into the room, but I've resisted the urge to make him Irish. And I've completely forgotten what Sergeant Morrison sounds like. I think he was manly, wasn't he?
Yes, he definitely was manly.
My sense of continuity has gone out of the window. I think they should all sound like Boris Karloff. That's what they should all sound like.
Well, we need that. We need our version, this game's version of the King in Yellow.
Oh, we have the King in Yellow. He's right here. I'm afraid he's too large to sit on.
Okay.
That tiny. That's him there. This yellow cube is a manifestation of Robert W. Chambers' King in Yellow.
Okay, good. So that can be our mascot for this game.
Let's try a manly voice. No sniggering at the back there, please.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Modern house, ornate gate. That sounds like the Marsden place, all right.
Sorry, can't help myself.
Says Sergeant Morrison. Strange things are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff on his pipe, and I've completely forgotten what he sounds like, so now he sounds like this. The first actor who played him died of a heart attack on the first day of shooting, and they've brought in this other fellow instead. That place is haunted, he says. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file in the Marsden house for years, and I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front jumps out at you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. So the call is related to your nightmares. Your psychic sense were right. Oh dear. Your psychic sense was right, or your psychic senses were right. Please pick one and stick with it. I hope we're not going to have two authors nitpicking over typos in this. Oh no, we can't have that at all. We're just going to have to carry on.
Go singular, I would say.
Are you happy to have one psychic sense?
There we go. One psychic sense that can detect many things.
I'm putting all these cards down. I should have given you inventory. We have,
that's right. 2 cards, right?
Yes. A pocket knife.
All right. That could come in handy.
And a bottle of water.
All right. So that staves off dehydration. Good, good.
Now, the pocket knife can fit into this challenge booster to give a +1 bonus to green challenges there. That's a little fist. And that's what happens there. That's how that works. But we keep this item. It's part of our inventory.
Mm-hmm. So is that like the green challenges, is that correlated with 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 on the psychic scale?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Challenge boosters all have these images to go with them. So climbing, fighting, dexterity, perception, strength.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right.
There is a fist there for fighting.
Yeah, and the knife. Yeah, so.
Right. Now, the bottled water we can discard at any time to lower the danger meter by 3.
Oh, nice. So do you get cards as well?
Well, it's true. We are both sort of together as this character, inhabiting the same body. So, I don't know, perhaps...
All right. It's a little crowded, but that's fine.
This is what explains the psychic sense, you see.
2 people combined, right?
Yes. So we're going to pick up clues as we go along.
So that's another deck, right?
Yes, it is.
So how do we get... Sorry. Okay.
I'll switch cameras and let you see those.
Oh, those are the clue cards.
Right, there we are. They're divided by chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going back the way. And we're going to take this first stack here, and we'll go through them to get a clue, because we're going to draw clue 26 to discover our goal according to the card.
Okay. So the cards are numbered, and how did you know to pull clue, like the number 26? So it just says draw card 26? Okay.
Draw clue 26 to discover your goal. Ah, that's clue 27. So it's not very hard to reach clue 26. Grounds, chapter 1.
Okay, so what does it say?
Chapter 1, go. Get inside the Marsden house. Places.
That wasn't much of a surprise. That was like, oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to move back to the other camera. So we have to place this at the slot at the top to remind us of what we're doing while playing this chapter.
Go inside.
There it is. Right. Get inside the house. Let's go back to the story. Back at home, you grab a bottle of water and your trusty pocket knife, preparing for a new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Marsden residence, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiquated appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hint at a brewing summer thunderstorm.
Ooh, atmospheric.
We have a choice. If you search the wall for a way in, we're going to story card number 13. But if we climb the gate, we go to story card 7. What sort of...
Oh, let's climb the gate. Let's climb the gate, unless you have a... Yeah.
I was about to ask you what sort of investigator you are, but you are obviously a burglar.
Well, climbing, that sounds like exciting. I've always wanted to climb a gate, like one of those, like, I picture it as like one of those old iron gates, like that's black. cast iron. That's the word I was looking for. The old black cast iron gates that you imagine Stephen King has in front of his mansion. If he has a mansion. I don't think he has a mansion, but in my head.
You're creating more fan fiction again.
No, well, maybe there's spiders swarming around the gate.
As long as you don't kidnap Stephen King in time to a bed, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm your #1 fan.
I think it would be significantly stranger if you turned up and said, I'm your number 6 fan.
6.5? That would be like, what happened to the other half?
Well, then he would know you were a weird fan, wouldn't he? He'd know then.
I think just turning up at his gate would sort of have, resolved that one.
Speaking of the gate, you pull yourself over the rusting gate and land with a crunch on the gravel driveway leading toward the house, bearing in mind the police recommended that you sort of go here without a warrant or anything, or without even being a police officer. But before you can survey your surroundings, you hear a guttural sound coming from your left. You encounter a shadowy, hunched-over figure emerging from the darkened doorway of a decrepit gatehouse. You can just barely make out eyes and white fangs dripping with saliva. I'm going out on a limb here, and call me rash if you must, but I don't think this bodes well.
It could turn out.
The figure crouches as if to spring forward at any moment. Who's there, you stammer? Suddenly the creature lunges at you, snarling. You spot a guardhouse not far away. If you can get past the creature, you might be able to hide there. Or perhaps you should just turn and flee up the driveway toward the main house.
I say flee toward the main house. What do you think?
Well, there's an optional challenge. There's a creature there. There you go.
Okay, all right. Sort of like a malicious shadow.
The optional challenge is to fight the creature.
What do you think?
Alternatively, you don't have to fight the creature. You can run to the guardhouse or run up the driveway. Now, that is, it's a green card with a fist. So we could actually add the knife.
Okay, we could try it then.
You could take a trusty pocket knife and stab the creature. If we lose, the danger meter will go up by 2. But we have a bottle of water that can take it down 3.
Okay, well, sure. I mean, I'm game for trying.
Right then. Let's roll. Yes, we will lose if we roll a 1. We're adding a 1 to the die. Let's go over there and find out. Shall we roll the crooked die then?
Okay, come on.
Here it comes. Now, we need a 3. We have +1. So if we roll a 2, we do it. If we roll a 1, we fail regardless. So all we want to do is avoid a 1.
Okay, no 1, no 1, no 1. Oh, yay!
It's a 2, which would be a fail, but we have a trusty knife with us, so we win.
Okay, take that, you creature.
Sounding awfully like Velma from Scooby-Doo there.
I did like that show as a child.
I think she just says stop it to a monster at one point. You stop that. Isn't that what she says?
Oh, she was very rational. She was oddly rational. Oh no, Velma. Am I thinking of the wrong one? What was the redhead named? I was thinking of the brown-haired girl, with short brown hair. What was her name?
She's the one with glasses.
Okay, yeah, that's the one, Thelma. What was the redhead called?
Daphne.
Daphne, that's right. Okay, no, this particular waffle, all your fault. Just saying.
I don't remember introducing the concept of Scooby-Doo to the conversation.
Well, it's on tape, so eventually we'll find out which one it was.
I never said I didn't mention it. I simply said I don't remember it.
Ah, okay. I'll have to remember that one.
Let's see. We have won. We have defeated the creature.
Yeah. So, can we go check out the guardhouse? I'm kind of curious now. Maybe there's a clue in there or something.
We're going to gain a clue just for fighting the creature, so that may alter the cards that we're looking at, I think.
Oh, okay. Do we have a clue already, or this will be our first clue?
Let's see. What happened to our other clue? We had clue 28 or something. It's gone. Where'd that go?
Did we have a clue? I'm a little forgetful due to the electrical, I told you the story, big electrical problems before we started, so I probably just forgot.
Oh, yes, of course. The clue is at the top of because we turned it over.
I thought that was the goal.
It is. It's a clue on one side and a goal on the other. That was 27. We're getting 10. 26 is the goal. Get into the house. Anyway, clue 10. That's a bit late to tell me that now after we've fought it with a knife. But
So what is clue 10?
it's probably unwise to engage such a savage beast in combat. But Danger is your middle name.
It's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
We need a name to go with that now.
Oh, yeah, names. Not very good with names.
Studs O'Malley.
Studs O'Malley, okay.
Studs Danger O'Malley.
Oh, that does sound very Raymond Chandler-esque.
I think we're definitely in the school of Mickey Mouse detection here. Anyway, you're armed with a knife. I would have said stabs, but apparently you box it. You land a few quick jabs on the creature before it can react, and then you throw it to the ground. You stand there for a moment, your confidence high. Then the creature leaps to its feet and rushes you. You manage to win round 1, but you're in no hurry to start round 2. So you race for the shadows beside a big boulder before the creature can get its hands on you.
Okay.
And that's going to take us to another clue. Clue 25 is a pair of high-powered binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
You find a pair of binoculars in the shadows.
So that goes into our inventory now?
Yes, it does. It goes to our inventory, yes. With the creature on the loose, you can't hide here forever, so you run to the guardhouse. Keep this item. We're going to story card number 19. There we are. If there are any eyeball challenges, we can use the binoculars, and they'll give us +2. That's marvelous. And now we'll hunt.
Nice.
Going for story card number 19. So we met a creature. We gave it a bit of a fight. Now we've run away around a bowler. You were lucky to escape the creature, but you know it's still out there somewhere. You run into the old guardhouse, which is a small room with several TV monitors flashing black and white images of various places on the estate grounds. Some monitors are broken, and shards of glass are scattered across a desk and the wood floors. A hefty book titled History of Northwind County is lying on the desk. Curiously, you look up the name Marsden Henry in the index. Sure enough, it references an entry on page 93. Your heart races as you turn there to read this bio. Henry Marsden, born 1839, died 1887, general in the Union Army during the Civil War, severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh in 1862, appointed warden of Hedgebrook Prison, 1880. Rumored to have been killed in the prison riot fire of 1887, to which all mystery fans say, well, that's a likely story, isn't it? Not a popular guy, you think. The desk has 3 drawers. Maybe there's something useful inside. A wooden ladder leads up to a hatch in the roof. Through a window filled with cobwebs, you can see an open field that leads to the manor's front door. You consider what to do next. There is an optional challenge here, and it's blue. This is going to be very, very silly, isn't it? Optional challenge, search the desk drawers.
Yeah? What's the downside to doing that?
Raise the danger meter by 1 if we lose, and we'll gain a clue if we win.
Did you want to?
Well, I'm just saying the challenge is to search the desk drawers. And we have a handy eyeball piece of equipment that can help us to do that. We could search the desk drawers using the binoculars.
Sure, let's do it then.
I'm not quite sure how we do that. You'd think the binoculars would help you search this field that's far away through the window. I'm just saying. But the cheese is strong with this one. Well, let's calculate the danger, shall we? It's 3. And if we use the binoculars +2, we roll a minimum of 2, then we've succeeded. If we roll a 1, we lose automatically.
Okay.
If I misremember rightly, if we roll a 1, I'm afraid this pair of binoculars will smash or fall away. It'll have to be discarded. So that's the risk, of course.
Right.
Shall we search the drawers?
Sure.
Will we use the binocular?
Sure.
Very cavalier about all this, you know. There we are. I'm going to reset the crooked die in the dice tower. Right, here we go. We're successful unless we roll a 1.
All right. Come on, no 1, no 1.
It's a
Yay, 3. Very exciting. How's that? How's that for energy?
Yes, I just wonder how it helps this random piece of plastic roll when you're cheering it on.
Well, can't hurt, right?
That's true. It can't hurt, unless there's a scientific study that shows it could hurt. I don't know, sonic waves affect the piece of plastic in flight. Who's to say?
Butterfly effect? Personally, I would question the scientific credentials of the study, but that's just me.
I think they all steal the butterfly effect from Ray Bradbury.
Oh, really?
A Sound of Thunder. It's a short story. I'm not spoiling it for you, but I'm just saying there's a sort of butterfly moment in it. Right, we're back here. We were successful, yes. So we gained...
Okay, so binoculars not crushed.
That's true. They are sturdy and they help us. You know what it is? It's a rickety set of drawers, and we place the binoculars under the drawers so that we can level them off and search properly. That's what it is. Believe that.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Believe
All
that
right.
if you will. I don't know.
So we get a clue card, right?
We do. We gain clue number 4. A battery.
A battery. All right.
You find a battery in a drawer. It could power a flashlight or a taser or who knows what else. Keep this item. So we're adding that to our pile of gear.
Okay.
Right. And then we carry on with story card 19, which is where we were, weren't we?
Story card 19. I'm going to take your word for that.
Well, I've got it sitting in front of me, and it says 19 on it.
I completely and totally believe you.
So after the challenge, we choose to climb the ladder to the hatch in the roof, or we can crawl through the window and run for the front door of the house.
What do you think?
Why would we go to the roof? Would we see something on the roof? Perhaps hunting for the monster. And if we just run for the front door of the house, might we encounter the monster again? I say we should go up onto the roof, use the binoculars, see the monster, and then run the other way.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't know if any of that is even remotely possible.
I say in our story, it totally is.
So do you want to join me as
Yes.
we're both...
Well, since we're both, in the same body here, that would be a bit awkward. Like one leg going one direction, the other leg going the other direction, something like that. So yeah, I'll go along with you.
Right. We could go on the roof and fall off the... Oh dear. That's fine.
I'm picturing it kind of like a 3-legged race, but with only 2 legs.
Now we're looking for story card number 27. You fall from the slippery roof and... Oh
dear. We're dead?
Now, let's get the actual card.
I would have believed that.
You scramble up the ladder through the hatch and onto the guardhouse's decaying tiled roof. Oh no, it seems to be on the verge of collapsing. But you find a spot that you're reasonably sure won't cave in when you put your weight on it. Across the dangerously unstable roof, from where you crouch uneasily, you can see a pile of construction materials, probably left over by contractors working on the roof.
Ooh, my psychic vision.
Among the materials, a first aid kit, but navigating the length of the roof to reach it will be perilous. One wrong step and you could stumble off the roof into a ditch you see below. Near you is a thick vine that you could climb down to reach a courtyard, and not too far from you is a long board someone has laid between the roof and a nearby greenhouse, which seems to be sturdier than the guardhouse. We have an optional challenge. Get to the first aid kit. After that, we carry on. Oh, no, we don't.
No? What?
If we choose the optional challenge, once we've done that, we go to story card 26. If we cross to the greenhouse, we're going to 29. And if we climb down the vine, we go to 14. So many choices. So the first aid kit is optional.
Okay.
It involves a foot, and we don't have any bonus items with a foot to help.
Okay. Can I just, is there a maximum? Like, can we only carry so many things in our inventory, or is there no limit?
There appears to be no limit.
Okay, so did you want to do the optional challenge?
Well, if we reach for this first aid kit and we fail and we fall down on our backsides, we'd need a first aid kit to heal ourselves.
Well, do we have a booster for this one or no?
We have blue and green. We don't have this dexterity base. We don't have one.
Okay. Well, maybe not then. I don't know.
Well, let's see. If we're rolling, a 1 or a 2 is a fail.
Yeah. What do you think?
Is your psychic sense telling you that we should just skip it this time?
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
We could cross the plank to the greenhouse or climb down the vine. We're still not inside the house.
Maybe cross the plank.
So you think the first aid kit is more of a distraction?
It's up to you. Like, I mean, I feel like I've been making a lot of the choices, so I just want to not hog that particular aspect of the game. But I mean, if you want me to make a choice, it's no problem either.
Well, what would you do in life? Would you cross a plank from one building to another?
I would cross the plank.
You wouldn't trust the vine?
Well, I think the vine, I might just run into the monster again.
Let's go to story card number... Ooh, where are we going? Crossing to the greenhouse. Looking for number 29 now. 29. There we are. So we've read that one, so we discard it. After crossing the precarious board, you find yourself at one end of a walkway that spans the length of the greenhouse roof. From here you can see most of the mansion's vast grounds, which are a little out of place with the surrounding suburban neighborhood. The air is full of mosquitoes and other buzzing insects. The clouds you saw on the horizon earlier seem to be closer now. You see that there's an open access door in the roof that will allow you to descend into the greenhouse. You can also drop down onto a path, which appears to lead to the side of the mansion itself. If you wriggle through the access door and enter the greenhouse, that's one option, or we can drop onto the path and onto the side of the house. Either way, we've got buzzy insects. There's no real clue, is there? Do you know, I'm thinking back to that psychic image we looked at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's sick Aunt May was behind a spider's web.
Mm-hmm.
But those could be panels in a greenhouse.
Okay, so let's do the greenhouse.
They could also just be a spider's web.
Yeah, let's do it. Go greenhouse.
Let's go into this greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
No sign of that monster.
There also seems like, remember in that the mansion type of thing at the very back, there was a sort of greenhouse there. So anyway, yes, go greenhouse.
Right, just can't separate these bloody cards. There we go. In one heroic move, you jump into the opening of the roof access door and land on your feet inside the greenhouse, ninja-like. You take a deep breath, ninja-like. You collect yourself, ninja-like. You assess the situation like a ninja.
What I'm sort of thinking that does the card really say that, or is this like? Because I mean, I'm loving it, but I'm just kind of curious.
I know I've been making caustic asides.
Okay,
but this time it's been word for word.
Really? Oh my gosh!
Like a ninja.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for that.
There you are. So, yes, as I said, the cheese is strong this time.
We're talking Stilton level.
The botanical specimens in this greenhouse are unlike anything you've ever seen. Glossy pink bulbs, 7 feet across. Let me stop you there. That just sounds wrong.
7 feet across?
They sit atop yellow vines that spread horizontally for 20 feet. I wouldn't be surprised if this plant said, "Feed me, Seymour, feed me now."
Well, that would be, maybe that's where the dogs come in. No, I take that back. That's horrible.
One plant with sharp spikes is actually see-through.
See-through. All right.
Goodness. Suddenly you hear a rustling sound. You look to the corner of the room and see a dark green cluster of vertical vines twitching and shaking. I might not be alone, you think. Through the wall of the greenhouse you spot a commotion of some kind on top of a gazebo just beyond the trees about 40 feet away. You need to think fast. So here we have some plants.
All right.
If you check out the writhing vines, or if you dash outside to explore the commotion on the gazebo, well, either way, we're exploring something.
So it's the vines or what? What's outside?
There's a commotion on the gazebo.
The commotion on the gazebo. All right.
Reminds me of a classic Dungeons and Dragons story about a dungeon master who says there's a gazebo, and one player has never heard the word gazebo before, and he thinks it's just another one of those strangely named D&D creatures, so he fights it.
Okay, that must have been an interesting fight, or very boring one actually. But although I could see the gazebo coming to life and giving him run for his money. But I don't know. I think the vines are kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind tangling with the vines. What do you think?
That sounds a bit too literal to me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a man-eating plant. I think there's someone hiding in there, like the gardener, maybe. I'm just guessing.
Maybe.
I could be wrong entirely. I took a guess at the horrible roof that we climbed onto, and it was a horrible roof. That's 1 for 1. So are we going to investigate these vines? I think if we go outside, we might run into the monster again, but I don't think the monster could possibly be in here.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Famous last words.
The dogs have yet to show up. That's all I have to say.
Now, just because there are dogs on the rule book, it doesn't mean that we're going to be attacked by dogs.
If we weren't attacked by dogs at some point, I would be upset.
If we are killed, then I'll just bring this on.
Okay, so what's the deal with the vines? Are they like man-eating vines? Do we get eaten, die horribly in digestive juices?
Let's investigate the vines. And I will hunt through this deck and find card number 25. And there it is. Oh dear, I've just seen a picture. That doesn't look very inspiring.
What?
Right, here we are. I'm turning that over. As soon as you take a step towards the vines, one of them lashes out and wraps around your neck.
Of course.
Then another whips around your waist.
As one does, right?
More and more vines spring out at you.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't really happening, you think.
Oh, okay.
The vines are moving all around you, spinning you into a cocoon. You struggle to break free of them, but they only tighten their grip on you. This can't be real. Eventually, you can't breathe. Everything seems to turn a deep green. Then you see a bright white light, and then you no longer exist.
Okay, so maybe the vine idea wasn't that great of an idea. So we died?
I believe I had a premonition a few seconds ago. Yes.
There we go. You're pretty good at this.
Well, that's 2 for 2 now, unfortunately. So we move back one space on the psychic scale and return to story card number 2, if I can find that. Well, luckily for us,
we can't really go any far back on the psychic scale, though.
No, we can't really, no. So, right, let's rewind. If you check out the writhing vines, and we could do that.
We could just do the endless loop kind of thing.
Or we could dash outside to explore the commotion on the Dungeons and Dragons monster, the Great Gazebo.
Maybe we want to do that. Yeah, I think maybe we want to do that.
Let's hunt out card 9. No sign of any premonitions yet that would have protected us from all of that. Never mind. You sprint to the gazebo, practically pushed along by the winds that are picking up. A light sprinkling of rain spatters the ground as you run. You make it to the shelter of the structure, and the mayhem occurring above you on the roof increases in intensity. Who is up there, and what are they doing, you wonder? You notice a driveway about 20 feet away. Premonition. How the hell do we get there?
Get to the driveway?
No, to level 2 or higher on the psychic scale.
Oh. I guess by not dying, that would help.
Actions you take during your adventure will raise or lower your psychic scale level. That's it. I suppose at some point we could have increased our psychic ability, but we haven't. So we don't get that.
We would have lost it anyway if we, because we died, so there's that.
Instead, it's just raining.
All right.
Oh dear. If you climb to the top of the gazebo, or you could run to the driveway.
Okay, so those are the choices. Maybe run to the driveway?
Run to the driveway. We've had our fill of climbing buildings.
Yep.
There's a very high numbered card, number 30. Chapter 1, goal achieved.
Oh, okay.
You appear in a driveway which leads you to the mansion's entrance. On the door is a plaque that reads Marsden and a large crystal door knocker which seems newer than everything else in the front of the building. You knock loudly many times, but there is no answer. The storm is really picking up now. You try the doorknob and are surprised to find that the door is unlocked. You've been lucky enough so far, glossing over our accidental death at the hands of a plant creature.
Yeah.
But you wonder if you've missed something. Before you enter the house, you look back. You can see a few clear paths. One leads toward a statuary, another to a small cemetery. 2 more paths stretch out toward a watery ditch with a gate and the house's luxurious pool. You could go back to explore if you want. So, story return. There are items that will be useful later in the story. You can take a risk and go back for any you missed by following the choices below. If you head to the statuary, raise the danger meter by 2. If you head to the cemetery, raise the danger meter by 2. If you head to the ditch, raise the danger meter by 2. Or if you head to the pool, raise the danger meter by 2. Otherwise, you may advance to Chapter 2 and keep all your items.
What would your choice be?
I don't like the idea of raising the danger meter.
No, I don't either. Okay, let's just go on to Chapter 2.
But we do have a bottle of water, though. Could drop it by 3.
Well, it's up to you.
I say we just go to Chapter 2.
Okay, sounds good.
Right. We can finish with all of these cards here. Just going to plonk the whole story return. That's the whole of that chapter done. We're moving on now. It's going to be Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Ooh, I like that. The curved staircase. It's very ominous.
Mansion.
I wonder, in my head, it's red plush carpet.
You made it. You're inside the Marsden house, the cursed edifice that has haunted your nightmares for weeks. Your trek through the mansion's grounds has left you with far more questions than answers, to the point where you have to wonder if the smart move would be to turn around right now and forget you ever came to this infernal place. Why don't people do that? Well, it makes
Well,
me
we
very...
could, just forget about the game. Let's go for coffee.
Coffee. I'm so tempted by coffee. But it says on the next line, you're no quitter, though.
I don't know how well this game knows me.
Put the coffee down. Coffee's for closers.
Okay, all right. So what are the choices?
Let's see. Anyway, it's giving you a morale booster. You're an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. You won't give up this case until you find out why a spooky futuristic mansion you've never seen before has somehow found its way into your dreams. You're standing in a grand foyer. Its modern decor is elegant in its minimalism. Suddenly a man in a delivery uniform bursts through a set of tall double doors screaming. Help, they're after me, the man cries. He rushes toward you, but suddenly drops to the ground as if he'd been hit by an invisible hammer. You dash to his side and hear his breath coming in short gasps that sound almost like sobs. I'm trying not to laugh. Poor man. He gives a terrible shriek and lies still. This man has been frightened to death, you think.
What's that you were saying about cheese?
It's very cheesy, I'm afraid to say, yes. I think we have to add camembert to the Stilton from earlier.
So we run over and we investigate the man?
Just then he inhales sharply, jumps to his feet and bolts past you and out of the house. You breathe a deep sigh of relief, so not quite to death. Something falls from his clothing as he makes his exit, and it hits the floor, tinkling. You kneel down to inspect the object and discover that it's a small dart, the kind that might have come from a blowgun. Whatever this man was afraid of, his fear seems to have been justified. Just how dangerous is this house? This House of Danger. Clues in the title. It sure...
Okay, but it doesn't say how dangerous. It says, yes, it's dangerous. It's a house of danger. But, are we talking 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10?
Let's consult TripAdvisor. As your thoughts swirl, a loud buzzing noise erupts from somewhere beneath your feet, shaking the floor. The noise is so loud it drowns out the gathering storm outside. That's quite a feat. Just as quickly as it came, the noise stops. It sure sounds like something weird is happening beneath the manor. No shit, Sherlock. You're willing to bet that whatever is happening in this place, the answers await you down there. Could be something in the attic.
Sure, could be.
First part of the game was obsessed about getting us up onto rooftops. I don't know. All sound very suspicious. Suddenly we're going into the cellar. We're not splitting up right now. Stick together, I say.
Well, there's got to be some sort of staircase heading down then. Or maybe an elevator, although... What is current year?
Let's see. Telephones exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Okay. See, when did he die? It was 1887. So how long has he been dead, Henry Marsden?
Well, I would say his body was never discovered, and he's still alive.
Okay. Well, but how many years, though, since he was supposed to have died in 1887? So maybe this is 1890 or 1900?
According to the copyright on the side, it's based on a book that comes from 1982.
Okay. Okay, so what are our choices?
We draw a clue. Clue number 57. We're going to an entirely different... Well, look at that. We didn't get many. That's what we missed. We missed all of that deck.
Oh, well, okay.
Hardly reassuring.
I wonder if that's usual.
Perhaps we come back to it. I don't think so. So we're heading for clue 57, which is the last one in that little deck there. Oh, I've dropped a card. Luckily, it's landed face down.
We got that the handy dandy plunger thing to pick it up. So there we go.
Seems I've dropped 3 cards and they all landed face down.
The curse of the new deck.
Chapter 2 goal, find access to the basement. That's it. Find the basement. That's our goal.
Okay, this could be a short chapter.
Well, if we just go down some stairs and it's there, I would say so. We found a dart.
Oh, a dart. Okay. So that was the one that was in the unfortunate fellow's neck.
Presumably.
Does that give us a help with any of the challenges?
No, it's just a picture. Oh, well.
Oh, it's just all right.
I bet we could use that later.
Okay.
And we won't get the option.
Oh.
We'll face a monster and we'll go, oh, we've lost our pocket knife. What do we do now? Why don't we stick that dart into it? It's bound to be poisoned.
Well, maybe we could pass the dart off as a sword, fencing with darts and swords. I don't know, maybe that wouldn't work.
I
Depends on
suspect
how
not.
big the dart is.
A 5-foot long one.
That might work. Yeah, that might work.
You don't see any way to a lower level from the foyer. Rather, a sweeping stairway leads upstairs, while the double doors that the frightened man ran through head off to your right, and a smaller door slightly ajar leads in the opposite direction. We can take the stairs, the double doors, or the smaller door.
By the way, I'm just going to apologize. My upstairs neighbor has just decided to vacuum. I don't know if you can hear that.
I can't hear it at all, no.
Oh, good, good. Okay, sorry, what were the choices? I was distracted.
Stairs, double doors, or smaller door.
Are the stairs going down?
No, that's that staircase you were marveling at earlier.
Single door.
The small door. That's chapter 1. I'm going to start a new discard pile there. And we're going to the smaller door, card 42. I'm doing my best not to look at any illustrations in here. That's always
Gives it away.
it's the main problem with books of this kind and with oh, no, I've got to turn that one over and there's a picture. Oh dear, I'll ignore that. There's no context to it, so I don't understand what it means. It's very strange.
Okay.
You enter a parlor which is decorated in a more old-fashioned way than what you've seen of the house so far. Rich cherrywood paneling covers the walls. Dozens of exotic animal heads are mounted there. Some Marsden ancestor was quite fond of hunting, or at the very least, taxidermy. Each of the trophies features the same expression, fangs bared and savage eyes that make the animal look ready to leap from the wall and pounce on you, which at this stage wouldn't surprise me, frankly, after the killer plant earlier. Not that we saw that,
Taxidermy is so creepy. Not that I am saying anything against any taxidermists out there. I'm just, their heads on the wall is just, yeah.
The effect is quite unsettling, but you also sense that they might be hiding something. There are 2 ways out of here. An open passage leads into an adjacent library brimming with books, and a tightly spiraled iron staircase going up. Then we have some animal heads.
Okay, so sorry, what are the choices? The staircase and...
There is an optional challenge. We can search the animal heads. If we win, we draw a clue, and if we lose, we draw a clue. Interesting. After that, we make the story choice of the library or the staircase. So it's blue eyeball. So we do still have a pair of binoculars that will help us closely examine the animal head.
Okay, let's do that.
So that's +2, and it's going to be, as usual, anything but a 1.
Okay, so I just have to, just for 1 minute, I'll be back, right in a second.
Why, certainly.
There's my phone going off. Sorry about that. Stop. Hi. Sorry, I've been drinking a lot of tea. That's all I have to say about it.
Right, we're going to use high-powered binoculars.
Okay, let's do it. Let's roll. So we have to get, 2 and up?
Yes.
All right, let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, yay!
You have appeased the gaming gods.
So what do we find?
Let's see. If we win, it's clue 31. I suppose it's clue 31.
All right.
It's another battery.
The battery. Oh, okay. We're getting a nice little collection of batteries there.
Inside the sharp-toothed jaws of a mounted cheetah head, you find a battery. It could power a flashlight or a taser. Who knows? Okay.
Let's see here.
2 batteries we're collecting. I feel we're playing some horror game like Outlast, which involves collecting camera batteries.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's your only weapon is a camera.
So, camera, really?
Well, you have to see where the monsters are, and it's got a night vision thing that lets you see through the gloom.
Oh, nice. But not really a weapon.
Well, it's all you have.
Right.
Are we going to the library? Are we going to climb the staircase?
I don't know. I'm leaning towards the library.
I've played many a game of The Call of Cthulhu, and player characters have gone into countless houses. The first thing that they go to is the library or the study. They don't want to know anything else about the house. They go, let's find a large collection of books and look for clues.
Well, sounds like we could do the staircase. It's just it seems to be leading up, which is rather the wrong direction.
Yes. Let's go to the library. Most of the books lining the walls of this room appear to be first editions of well-known classics. To help reach the tallest shelves, there's a wheeled ladder that can slide across the room. A silver door is on one wall. Well, that sounds rather ridiculous.
Silver door. Heavy.
One book, Introduction to Psychic Dreams, Visions, and Limericks, catches your eye, and you wheel the ladder over, climb up, and grab it. As soon as you pull the book from the shelf, a catch releases and a hidden door opens on the other side of the room.
All right.
Another premonition, but I'm afraid we don't have level 2 psychic scale. So much for being a psychic detective.
Yeah, that really hasn't played much of a part in it so far.
We can go through the silver door or through the hidden door.
Well, I say hidden door.
Yes, that's what I think. Entering a child's playroom. Is that right? That can't be right. It is. You'll find a giant overstuffed toy box resting against one wall, and in the middle of the room stands a dollhouse, which appears to be a perfect replica of the Marsden house. As you approach the dollhouse, you notice that the walls of the playroom are covered with shelves full of porcelain dolls, their eyes peering down at you. It's difficult to break their gaze. Their eyes seem to draw you into the blackness of their dead stares. Not looking away, you feel yourself shrinking smaller and smaller. Soon the dolls seem to loom over you, even more frightening than before, although they never move from their perches. Eventually, you're the size of a doll yourself, and you stand on the playroom floor beside the replica of the Marsden house. From where you stand, you can see the front door of the dollhouse. I must say,
Right.
this is all a bit spooky. Enter the door of the dollhouse by going to... That wasn't much of a choice, was it?
No.
We just go. Card
And
holding
within the
up.
dollhouse, there's going to be another hidden room with the dollhouse in it. So this could be like an infinite regress.
Oh my God. The dollhouse entryway has doorways leading to a dining room, a parlor, and a bedroom. Before you can think about where you should go next, something distracts you. There's a force at work here, a presence you can't ignore. Something or someone seems to be calling you, drawing you onward. You can tell this dollhouse is a hub of psychic energy, a nexus of weird power. You'll need to stay sharp. As
Gee, I
you
was planning
do.
on lying down and taking a bit of a nap.
So it's all about doors.
Okay, so that's what I could see from where I am.
If you go to the dollhouse dining room, or the parlor, or the bedroom, these are the choices.
Dollhouse, dining room, bedroom. Okay.
You know, we weren't quite psychic enough, were we, earlier? I bet you anything was a premonition about the shape of the door or something like that, like, don't go through the arched one, or watch the round one, or, I don't know.
Is there one that's sort of like spider webby?
Well, only the one on the left,
Okay, did you want to do that one?
because it reminds you of the web.
Maybe.
I suppose they are in order: dining room, parlor, and bedroom from left to right. Otherwise, if we're going by the picture and they're not connected, then we're just guessing, really.
Mm-hmm.
So the dining room, then,
Sure.
where the spider makes a meal out of us. We should call this House of Silly Danger, personally. I've got a king. We've gone very Alice in Wonderland suddenly.
Okay. Wasn't that a queen, like the Red Queen?
Seated at the head of the dollhouse dining room table is a doll wearing a crown. It's a doll king with oddly compelling glass eyes. They sparkle with a kind of dark power. As you look into those eyes, you sense a strange tingle in your mind. This doll is reaching out to you mentally. You don't know why, but you feel that he wants to fight you. On the plane of pure thought, you sense this could help you strengthen your psychic abilities. Around the dining room table, 2 doors lead to other rooms inside the dollhouse.
So, want to fight him, or?
We can run through another door to the parlor or to the bedroom, or there's the optional challenge for which we can use binoculars. Overpower the doll king with your mind. If we win, we get a clue. If we lose, the danger meter goes up by 3, but we may try again. And after the challenge, make a story choice below. Well.
But what are the odds? Because we don't have very much psychic ability.
So you want to gain more, is what you're saying.
We want to gain more, but we also don't want to be hurt very much.
We do still have a bottle of water, so we can ignore the raise of 3 if we lose this.
Okay, sure. Then let's do that. So what we're going for, like 2 and above or 3 and above?
Yes, anything but a 1 again.
Anything but a 1, okay. No 1, no 1, no 1.
Ooh,
2, yay.
you're chanting no 1.
Yeah, no 1. Nobody come through here.
Is this how you reject the doll king using your mind?
There we go.
Mentally you say no 1 and he goes, you project that into...
So do we get more psychic ability now?
It says we draw clue 56.
All right.
I should go looking for that. That's the very last one. You project your thoughts of the little king like light through a magnifying glass. You focus on the doll's mind, narrowing your thoughts into a tight beam. Finally, when you can hardly take any more, the doll blinks. You won. Keep this card. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. There we are.
Woohoo! 2 spaces.
Finally. So, now we'll get some premonitions, I hope.
All right. So the premonitions help you choose better? Like,
Well, they'll give us a warning. Whether we heed it or not is up to us.
okay.
Dollhouse parlor or bedroom?
What do you think?
What's the other one? Bedroom. Perhaps leave the bedroom to last. If the king is here, perhaps we'll bump into the queen. She'd be...
Right. Okay, so parlor it is.
She could be in the parlor, though. She might not even exist. We'll see.
In the parlor, sipping brandy.
A piano takes up one corner of the dollhouse parlor. A doll sits on a piano bench wearing a crown and a rich red gown, hands poised above the keys. This is the doll queen, and even though her back is turned, you feel as though she's daring you to face her in some kind of bizarre piano contest. Of the mind. Yes, it's quality writing, this. Perhaps accepting the queen's unusual challenge and defeating her will increase your psychic skills. You notice a painting above the piano. It depicts a solarium and is so spellbindingly realistic you can't help but reach out your hand to touch it. You're amazed when your hand disappears into the painting and you can touch the solarium on the other side. This painting is a magical portal, and it might be your only way out of this dollhouse.
Okay, that's good to know.
Of course, you might just wake up eventually from the effects of this infested yeast that was in the bread you ate before you set out that morning, which would explain a hell of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. We can battle the doll queen in a psychic piano duel.
Do we have anything that will help increase our ability?
Yes, we have a pair of binoculars. Blue.
Okay.
And there's the queen.
All right. Okay, sure. Let's do it.
It's an optional challenge, but she's daring us, so
Yeah.
let's do it.
We're going to face her down.
Yes, from behind.
Oh, so we're a little bit cowardly, but whatever. So again, it's 2 or above to win.
Yes, it is. We've kept the danger low.
Okay.
Here we go. I was waiting on the ritual chant.
2 or above. 2 or above.
2.
Yay! We've gotten 2 quite a few times. Or maybe I'm just remembering 2. Maybe it's the availability heuristic, but it seems to me.
In the interest of scientific accuracy, I feel I should point out these crooked dice that are all rather strange shaped. They do roll true.
Oh, I'm not making any, I'm trust your dice.
I just thought that they would suit the style of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're righteous dice. That's, very cool.
So let's see. We won, didn't we? Yes, we had a clue.
Yes. So, our psychic level, does it go up?
Let's find out. We've exercised our mind. The queen's hands don't move, but you hear her incredible piano playing swirl through the parlor as fast as the wind. Now it's your turn. Reaching out to the piano with your brain, you weave notes into an intricate, manic waltz, even faster and more beautiful than the queen's. Your music dances throughout the room. The queen's crown falls to the floor. You've bested her. You win. Keep this card. Another 2 on the psychic scale.
Woohoo! Take that, queen.
I think there will be repercussions.
Well, that's true. We're not endearing ourselves to her. Somehow she doesn't strike me as a merciful person in any case.
Let's see. You can go to the dollhouse dining room.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah.
What's the other choice?
Uh,
Go through the portal?
If you go to the dollhouse bedroom, if you have clue 50 and want to enter the magic portal,
Do we have clue 50?
I don't believe we have.
Okay, so that's easy. So, sorry, what are the choices? I know I ask you that all the time, sorry.
We can go to the dining room. We can go to the bedroom. If we have clue 50 and go through the portal, draw clue 47. But if we do not have clue 50 and you want to enter the magic portal, you can anyway.
I'm thinking that, I don't know why, but it kind of seems like if we go to the dining room, we might get a clue that will help us open the portal.
Yes.
For some reason, the bedroom, it seems like there's going to be a big bad in the bedroom. But I'm open to whatever. I'm not,
It's just that, yes, we've been to the dining room. That's where we met the king.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I
That's
thought that
part.
was the
Yes,
oh, that's right. And we're in the parlor right now.
yes.
Okay.
It's just a way to get there if you haven't been there before. That's all. So
Okay,
we
then I
really
guess I have to put on my big girl pants and go to the bedroom.
right going to the bedroom, and I thought that's where we would find the doll queen, but we've already found her. Right.
Just a bit of a disappointment, actually.
I thought she'd be a big villain.
Mm-hmm. That should be bigger.
Ah. The dollhouse bedroom is filled with miniature furnishings, which are now full size to you. Cozy chair, dresser, lamp, and a bed. Lying in the bed, its head on a pillow, is a stuffed mouse. It's so lifelike, you'll catch yourself thinking you should step quietly so you don't wake it up. Your psychic senses start to pulse. You get the feeling something very important is hidden in this room. If you're at level 3 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue 50.
Oh, yay, we get clue 50.
So we do. Your hunch paid off. Go to the dining room to get clue 50. Go to the bedroom to get clue 50.
There we are. So what is it? What is clue 50?
It's a family heirloom by the look of it.
Ooh. So is it a Bible? The family Bible?
It is one ring to rule them all. It's the Marsden family ring.
Oh, really? Oh, it is. Okay. I thought you were joking.
It's very hard to tell in this game.
Hmm.
You sneeze, awaking the mouse, which scurries away. In the bed, you see what it was sleeping on top of this Marsden ring. That's what it was on top of.
Oh, okay.
In your tiny state, it's as big as a truck tire. You must roll it to move it. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this and move up one on the psychic scale. And finish
Ooh,
story
nice.
card number 41. So we go up again. We've gone into level 2 psychic ability after having none for most of the game. A mouse.
Very cute mouse.
And I've thrown it away. But I've used this device to pick it back up.
Okay.
We can go to the dining room where we've been, or we can go to the parlor. Right, so we want to go
We've
back
been to the parlor, haven't we?
Yes, but we go back there to get to the magic portal.
Right, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
So we pick that up, because that's the one we're using. That's the one that goes. If you have clue 50 and you want to enter the magic portal, draw clue 47. We could fight the queen again. I don't think we can. No, we've already encountered her. That's one of the rules.
Okay, yeah.
So you fumble for a light switch. There's nothing on the walls but a tiny little What is this? This can't be right, can it? No, I've made a terrible mistake.
This is part of the atmosphere of the game, right?
It didn't sound like a magic portal should sound if you're fumbling for a light switch. I see what I've done.
What did you do?
I picked up a story card instead of a clue card.
Oh, okay.
Draw clue 47. I've been drawing clues all the time, and in my rush to get to the story, I thought it was a story card.
Oh, well, that's only natural.
Yes, they are so easy to confuse for each other, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, well. You need your glasses, right?
You'll have to use that Velma again. You'll have to use all your might to throw the ring through the portal before jumping through to the other side, where you sense the portal's magic will surely return you to normal size. Or in other words, the drugs will wear off.
Right.
It's a challenge. You have to flex some muscle here, so, sort of arm.
Okay. So do I have anything that would help with that?
Not even remotely.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
a required challenge. It's not even optional.
Okay, so it doesn't matter then. Have to do it.
If we win this, we lower the danger meter by 2.
Okay.
Draw a clue, clue 55.
Nice.
If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 1 and try again. Oh,
right.
dear.
So what do we have to roll? We have to roll 3 or greater to win, right?
Yes, we do.
3 or greater. 3 or greater. 3 or greater.
Right, here we go.
Come on, 3. Come on. 3. Yes. See, my cheering, it made all the difference. I just want you to know that.
Of course it did.
Mm-hmm.
So we lower the danger meter by 2 points.
Okay.
It's still 3.
So really now it's anything above 1, right?
It's just gone to the bottom of 3. So it's 3, 3, 3.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. Right. Yeah.
Right, we get a clue.
Okay.
And it is a clue, not a story card.
Is this where it's like that expression, grab a clue?
Yes.
Okay, that's bad. That's bad. That's not even a joke.
Well, there's been plenty of humour in this story. It hasn't been particularly funny.
Oh, okay, so what's the clue? What's the clue?
I guess that it's meant to be cheesy.
I'm waiting for the picture of cheese to appear somewhere. Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the washing machine. So that whirlpool then on that image, is that the magic portal?
Oh yeah, that could be. Describe. Yeah, that could be.
You take a deep breath and jump into the portal. A pins and needles sensation spreads over your body as you travel the dimensional pathway. When you reach the other side, you're standing in the solarium you saw in the picture. You've returned to your normal size.
Okay, that's good. Breathe a sigh of relief. Like, whew, those dolls were really creeping me out. So what do I do with the ring? Do I put the ring on?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about all of those silly voices I was doing earlier for characters we would never see again, and I don't think we're going to see any of those police characters again.
Nope, they're gone. They're gone.
Ah, it's Spider-Man's sick Aunt May.
Oh, there we go. Is that the clue?
The clue has led us to this story card.
Okay.
Once you've entered the solarium, you notice how the glass panes are in angular shapes that create a spiderweb pattern across the ceiling. See, I thought that was a greenhouse. There are clay pots with exotic plants on every flat surface.
Oh, okay. All right.
Welcome, you hear a female voice say. We're so glad you found your way here. An elderly woman in a long black dress and white apron glides into view from behind a wall. She appears to be the housekeeper. She raises one finger and curls it toward her, beckoning you. We've been expecting you. Come this way, she says. Something in her voice makes you freeze. This might be trouble. You notice something shiny tucked behind a tropical shrub, but you'll probably have to deal with the housekeeper before you can investigate it. You glimpse an art gallery beyond the solarium.
Okay.
There is an optional challenge. We may attempt to excuse ourselves. Well, alternatively, we could rudely run away to the art gallery or ignore her entirely and leave through the solarium door. If you are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, add 1 to your roll in addition to any challenge booster, and it's blue. So it's going to be
So I take it the game is giving us the hint that maybe we should try to run away.
Possibly. But we could simply excuse ourselves. It looks like an easy challenge for us.
Sure. Okay, let's do it.
We have +3, so we're on like anything but a 1.
Right. Okay. Let's do it. Come on. 2 and above. 2 and above.
We haven't failed one of these yet, he said.
Oh my! You just jinxed it. You just jinxed it.
But don't worry, if it comes up as a 1, suddenly there will be a fog across the camera. And I said, look at that interesting thing over there. And then when we come back, there will be all these dice that add up to plus whatever we need.
Okay. All right. All right.
That won't happen. We're going to roll spectacularly. Anything but a 1.
Right. Okay. Anything but a 1. Come on. 3. Yay.
We're so emotionally invested in these rolls.
Well, come on, makes a big difference. We're doing good so far, knock on wood. Well, it's not wood, that's plastic, that's wood.
Let's see the consequences of our actions. If we win, we get clue 39.
Okay, 39. Really like odd numbers.
I think it's a lightsaber. That can't be a lightsaber.
Is that the sword?
We have discovered a large metal rod, which
It's a
looks like a
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
Oh, that's too funny.
You calmly explain to the woman that you'd rather not go with her, and she returns to tending her plants. You grab the shiny object before leaving and find that it's warm to the touch. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. You slip away to the art gallery. Keep this item. Move up 3 spaces on the psychic scale.
Yay! 3 spaces. We're almost at the next level.
Yes, keep this item. So keep these cards. They told you to boost you. Right, okay.
So those cards, like they represent the boosted psychic level, and then if the psychic level goes down, we have to give up one of them or something.
I think yes. If we lose these, we might lose a psychic level. It just says keep them. Or maybe it helps you keep it. If you've lost count, it helps you keep track, I suppose.
Oh, there's that too, yeah. So we're drawing a story card now?
Go to story card 32. We go straight to the art gallery. We don't ignore her at all. We've excused ourselves.
Okay. So we're going to the art gallery now?
Yes, we just step into the marble-floored art gallery. You're amazed by more than 100 gold-framed paintings, plus countless abstract modern sculptures on pedestals. Wow, the entire collection must be worth gazillions. As much as that. Too bad you've got no time to admire any of it. You're eager to keep moving. French doors lead to the study, and a doorway leads outside. You can see a pathway leading to an attached structure that appears to be a mother-in-law apartment. Well, there's a premonition.
Oh, let's see here. Let me get my my magnifying glass so I can. Hey, no, hey, don't take that away.
If you are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, I wonder if I misread that earlier.
Let's see the card again.
I should have been paying more attention to the actual levels.
Okay.
But I think we were on level 2 because we went up 3, so we were 6. So we were okay with that. Anyway, picture of a lady.
Okay, so we have a landscape painting there, so I guess that represents the art gallery. Then you have the sculpture, so I guess these are all things in the art gallery. You are in level 2 or higher. Psychic scale, draw clue 54. Right.
Let's draw clue 54. We're getting far more cards this time. What the hell?
What?
Don't
know. This doesn't sound like it's gonna be good.
It's a slightly blurry
thing. What is it? Swords underneath a shield or something? Or a vault?
You think that's a vault door?
Yeah, maybe.
Or a ship's wheel or something,
yeah, something like that.
Anyway, it's a premonition. It's a warning. We want to watch out for that.
Well, in the premonition that we had at the beginning, that looks like similar to one of the dials on the wall.
Oh yes, first 2 were red. The third one was green.
No, that was like the lights on the portal like thing at the end of the room. I'm talking about on the walls. It was like I think you remarked on it. It was like 2 safes or almost.
Oh yeah, one to the left and one to the right.
Yeah, but I mean they didn't have. I don't think they had handles like that, like the black spokes radiating out from the central hub. But I don't know. Okay.
Well, that's our premonition.
All right.
I suppose we keep that just as a reminder. We can walk through the French doors to the study or take the path outside to the apartment.
I don't know. I'm really curious about the study. Maybe there's a desk in there that we could rifle through.
Yes, that's always a good idea. Let's go to
We've got binoculars too, so.
We will go to the study. Once inside the study, you are shocked to find 12 pairs of eyes staring at you in outrage. You stop dead in your tracks. There are a dozen shady-looking people, all stuffing briefcases with bundles of cold, hard cash. Literally, they're taking money out of ice-filled coolers. You take another step, all but one of the guys take off, suddenly spooked.
So that could have been a cooler, like that thing on the right-hand side. I said it looked almost like a freezer. And then you said block of ice, and I was like, oh yeah, it looks like a block of ice. Okay, all right. That was atmospheric.
The last one turns and glares at you. Since he's still holding his briefcase tightly with both hands, you're pretty sure you can take him. You see a hallway on the other side of the room that might serve to be a quick exit. So, it's a briefcase challenge.
Can we get a challenge booster?
It's optional. We have a pocket knife. We could threaten him with that.
Okay.
Let's take our binoculars out. We are risking our knife. Let's see. If we win, we draw a clue. If we lose, danger meter goes up by 3. We can try again, and we could also use up our bottle of water. After the challenge, we head down the hall.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's grab this briefcase with our trusty knife.
So anything above a 1?
Yes.
Okay. 2 or above. 2 or above. Oh, yes. See, the knife, it really came in handy.
Never thought of it that way. Well,
Well, we've rolled quite a few 2s, and if we hadn't had a booster, we would have lost.
So we won. Clue 38. A briefcase full of money. You're currently holding a briefcase that contains more money than Sergeant Morrison and Detective Murphy earn in 2 years. And I said we'd never hear about them again. Well, your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this and move forward 1 space. Finish story card 33. So we keep that money. We go up 1 space, round the corner. Finish story card 33, which is clue 45, going down the hall. You race down the hallway past photographs and paintings of an old prison. You reach the end of the hall and find a metal door. Go to story card number 60.
So, I'm sorry, what was the clue? That there was,
We run down the hall and there's a metal door.
Okay. The clues don't seem to be all that helpful.
We have achieved chapter 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that... All right.
You shove the metal door open. When you close it behind you, clang. It sounds like the door to a jail cell slamming shut. You turn to check out where you are. There's an elevator. You get in, press the close door button, and finally get a moment to catch your breath. You can't believe what you've been through so far. But this elevator should be your ticket to the basement, and that should bring you 1 step closer to uncovering the mystery of the sounds you heard when you first entered the Marston house. Now that you know where the elevator is, you wonder if you should go to the basement now, or go back and investigate anything you might have missed. So let's see, the upstairs hallway, the main dining room, the solarium, the gallery. I think we've pretty much covered those.
Yeah, I think, go for downstairs. Go for the basement.
Well, that's it. We're going to go. Chapter 3, really.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to throw all of these away now. There we are. That's the second one. Chapter 3, The Rescue.
Rescue. Oh, what are we rescuing?
Probably ourselves.
Yeah. Not the ant, that's for sure.
There's a picture of buttons, wires coming out.
When you said that, I thought I had I thought of like coat buttons or something. I'm going, wires coming out of coat buttons? And I was like, no, not the wrong kind of buttons. All right. The rescue. Oh, let's see. Let me get my.
It looks like it. Yes.
It's like you're just a tease, right? Okay. All right. Oh, are those claw marks?
Because elevator buttons have been ripped out.
Okay.
You're still not sure what's really going on in this place. You were already freaked out by the creepy stuff you saw outside the Marsden house, and the discovery of actual spirits from beyond the grave inside the house has only made you more on edge. Have we encountered spirits beyond the grave?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what? You'd think I'd have remembered that. Tired, but I'm not that tired.
You steel your nerves and remind yourself that you're not just an aspiring detective. You're... Go on.
What?
Guess what you are?
An aspiring detective?
Not just an aspiring detective, something else.
Psychic?
Yes, you're a psychic investigator.
Uh-huh.
You eat spirits from beyond the grave for breakfast.
Oh, no. That's never gonna beat Wheaties. I mean, like, sorry.
Here you are.
It is not the breakfast of champions.
Have a nice fresh bowl of ectoplasm. It's cherry flavor.
just slap it on the Barbie.
Let's see, where are we? You eat spirits from beyond the grave for breakfast? Not really, but the point is you feel a surge of confidence. You can do this. At any rate, you've come way too far to turn back now, so all you can do is hope that the depths of the house hold some insight into the mysterious nightmares that have plagued you for weeks and drew you to this modern architecture house of horrors in the first place. But the elevator, which all your hopes rest on, is totally trashed. The last person to use it must have really hated elevators. Based on the scratch marks on the walls, they might have had sharp claws, too. A strange sensation now washes over you. Your head spins, you lose your balance, and you fall to your knees. Although you don't quite black out, you're overwhelmed by visions as your consciousness leaves your body and travels through the house's lower reaches on mind power alone. It's all very Doctor Strange suddenly, isn't it?
Yeah.
You drift downward through a meeting room full of huge shadowy figures in a laboratory stocked with equipment.
Okay.
This does not bode well.
Oh, yeah, that's ominous.
Your awareness projects deeper under the estate. You finally come to a jail cell. Your mind can't penetrate to see who is inside, but a wave of anguish emits from it like heat from the sun. You sense that the person trapped inside is responsible for what you've encountered so far and could help with what you'll encounter next.
All right, well, that's good to know. Got to head to the jails then. The jail.
We're going to remove a goal, or get to the basement, and we're going to find a goal. So once again, we're moving on through higher and higher cards. This is Chapter 3, The Rescue. We're going for card number 70, I think it said, was it? 76.
76, okay.
It's the number of trombones.
Trombones. Oh, it's not predictable.
Rescue the prisoner you sensed from your psychic projection. Go 3.
All right, so worthy goal.
Your mind joins your body again as though swiftly snapping back into place. It takes you a moment to get your bearings. You're in your own body in an elevator in a spooky house that you somewhat regret ever setting foot inside. You check the panel and find that all the buttons have been pried off, except 2. They might be for the only active basement levels. Of course, it's also possible they're just the floors that whoever wrecked this elevator wants to lure you to. With a whoosh, the elevator doors briskly close.
All right, briskly closing elevator doors. It's not good. It's not good.
We can press for sub-basement 2 or sub-basement 3.
Ah, what do you think?
We don't want to miss anything, so we go to 2.
Okay, sounds good. 2 it is.
Yes, this is going to lead to another horrible death, I'm sure.
See, it's a trick. They think that it would be like, oh yeah, 2, go 2, find something on 2, and it's like, no, just what was that? It reminds me of a line of Tucker and Dale versus Evil. There's nothing up there but horror. What was it? I can't remember the exact line. The Harbinger tells them.
Well, here we are. Go to the House of Danger, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Sub-basement 2 seems like the safer bet. At the very least, it's one less flight of stairs to climb back up if things go horribly wrong and you need to flee back up to the surface. The elevator opens into an administrative office. Just as you enter the room, a television monitor crackles to life. On the screen is a video feed of a haggard man in a lab coat. The camera pans up until his face fills the screen. If you can hear this, your life is in danger, he says. My former assistant has locked me up in the detention cells and is using all our discoveries for evil. You must help me escape. If we don't stop her... The video feed cuts off. There's a closed door on the far wall and an open, uncovered air duct that you could easily fit into.
Oh, okay, one of those. All right.
Yes, one of those magical movie air ducts that's large enough to hold a human. If you've ever looked at air ducts in real life, you'd see they barely hold a hamster.
Yeah.
Are we going to try the door, or are we going to risk it in the comedy cliche air duct?
What do you think? Do you feel up to the duct?
We have no reason to go into the air duct, which means that's every reason to go into the air duct.
Okay, sounds good. I'm on board with that decision.
I suspect my logic is flawed.
Well, this isn't real life.
No, this is just fantasy. We better stop there for fear of copyright infringement. The air duct takes you over a loud room full of what sounds like a gang of rowdy hooligans. You peek through a grate and discover a group of massive, savage chimps sitting at a conference table, snorting and growling and beating their chests. I suspect if we gave them typewriters, they'd be turning out Shakespeare.
Or this game,
Well, I wasn't going to stoop that low, but okay. Remember, it's
Shakespeare is much better than this game. So, I'm the one who's a little bit more realistic. I just have to say, a little bit more realistic. But anyway, go on.
It's meant to be cheesy. Keep telling yourself that.
Okay.
A woman. Now, we've been warned about a woman.
Everybody's always warning everybody else about a woman in these sort of adventures.
Or a giant lizard.
Or dollhouse.
A woman sits at the head of the table speaking to them, but you're too far away to hear over the chaos. There's a smaller, more rickety air duct that leads to the wall by the woman, and if you're careful, you could probably make it there to hear what she's saying. You can also see from here that the air duct you're in splits off and terminates into 2 other rooms. The room on the left is dimly lit by the glow of blue liquid in some large glass vats. Ah, now we saw those in the picture at the start.
Did we? Blue liquid. Oh, that's the swirling stuff, you mean?
Yes, we went from coffee percolators to, I don't know, nuclear weapons or something in one.
Oh, right, in the top, in the ceiling, right? Okay.
The room on the right is pitch black. You could quietly crawl to either and jump out. Oh, yeah. Optional challenge. We don't have any dexterity to help us. Crawl through the rickety air duct to hear the woman speak. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 2, which would keep it on 3. It would still be 3.
Mm-hmm.
But we draw a different clue, so perhaps she hears us, I don't know. We could jump out into the room with the vats, or we could crawl and jump into a pitch black room.
So it would just be a clue that we get. We don't get any like nifty things we can put in our inventory.
I suppose the clue we would get if we overhear her is some sort of text that helps us discern her plans.
What do you think?
It's tricky. If it's a 1 or a 2, we fail.
I don't know. We could go for it.
Well, let's go for it then.
All right.
Right.
You liked my enthusiasm. It's like, yeah, okay.
Now, what do we want? We want 3 or more.
We want 3 or more. 3 or more. Come on, we can do this.
It's a
Haven't
5.
lost yet.
We did it.
Oh, yay. Oh, here's the quote. Okay, I've been kind of like looking for the quote because I really wanted to. There ain't nothing up there but pain and suffering on a scale you can't even imagine. Love that line. Just apropos of nothing.
Let's see if there's any pain or suffering to be had here. You crawl through the rickety air duct without breaking it or yourself, and you overhear the woman lecturing the chimps on ways to improve the profitability of a counterfeiting operation. The chimps are less than attentive. You crawl back up into the main vent, not sure what to think. Well,
Yeah.
I must say.
I think that says more to us about the woman and the chimps.
So where are we headed? To the vats?
Sorry, what are the choices again?
The room with the vats of glowing blue liquid, or pitch darkness?
You know, given that particular choice, I'm thinking bats. Yeah.
Let's go to the vats then. You see rows and rows of glowing blue vats, all filled with chimpanzees in various stages of development. The largest ones are as big as adult humans. Someone is bending the laws of nature to unethical extremes down here. The vats are plugged into a utility box on the wall. On top is a glowing cap with 3 crystals. It might be some kind of power source. Something about this crystalline cap calls to you. It feels important. From the utility box, cords and wires run into an adjoining room through a propped open door. There's also a conveyor belt that leads to an opening in the far wall. The belt is moving slowly, and the motion is mildly hypnotic. And we have...
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so these are the bats. Okay, let's see. I'm bringing up my trusty magnifying glass. All right. Huh. Okay. They don't really kind of look like chimps morphed with humans.
I thought you were bringing out a magnifying glass for comedy effect, but you're actually using some kind of screen magnifier, aren't you?
I am, yes.
I'm having a dim moment.
Well, it is very low res, my screen, so I find that it actually does help. But I get the yes, thank you.
This is what happens when your computer runs on Windows 1930.
Well, I have a Mac, but it's 2011, so we'll give it a break. Actually, no, 2012.
That is positively Triassic in computer terms.
Yeah. Actually, it's holding up rather well. The motor has started to run a bit hot, so I might have to buy one of those cooling pads for it. But other than that, I have to say it's, happy, knock on wood. Okay, so.
We can follow the cords through the door, or we can jump on the conveyor belt to see where it goes.
Oh, I want to go on the conveyor belt. That sounds fun.
There is an optional challenge using a strong arm. I don't think we have any.
We don't have a booster?
We don't have one. No.
So what do we get if we win?
We draw a clue. We pry the crystalline cap loose and we draw a clue. If we lose, the danger meter goes up by 2. We could try again.
We haven't really clues haven't helped us all that much yet, I don't think. So it's up to you though. If you want to, yeah.
It is optional. Anyway, whatever we do, the real choice is following the cords or the conveyor belt.
Okay, I've been choosing, like, just what off the top of your head, what do you want to do?
I think it's incredibly risky to jump on a conveyor belt, but it would also be great fun.
Okay, we'll do the responsible thing and we'll follow the cords.
Are we skipping this clue?
We'll go for the clue too.
We're going for the clue first then, right?
So what do we need? 3 and above?
Yes, 3 or higher.
3 or higher. Come on. No 2s, no 1s. 3 or higher. Yes. 6s. See, the chat helps.
You are engaging in behavior used by players down the centuries in every game of dice.
Or sports game, or casino, or...
Talk to the dice and encourage them and tell them they'll be your favorite dice.
There we go. Or blow on them. I've seen that.
Yes. I've seen people throw them away across the room.
Really?
In disgust at the rubbish road.
I see. Yeah.
Or drop them in a cup of Coca-Cola. Yes. Or gnaw on them. That's another one I've seen. I don't
Gnaw
recommend.
on them.
I don't
Oh my
recommend
gosh.
that.
No.
For reasons of safety, please don't do that.
Well, even for sanity, yeah. Yes, let's see
We'll
here.
try that from the box. Even unplugged, it keeps glowing. It gives you a shiver. Your psychic senses tell you.
Crystalline cap.
This is an important item, so we're keeping that. We go 3 forward on the psychic scale.
Even unplugged it keeps glowing. Oh,
Yeah.
I just got a message. Your internet connection is unstable.
Oh, you seem fine.
Okay, so that's something that we have now?
Yes, we keep hold of that. We finished story card 67. We're going to jump on the conveyor belt.
Okay, you've made an executive decision.
I think if it works for Monsters, Inc., it could work for us.
Okay, let's do it.
Doing a hell of a lot of card management behind the scenes here.
Yes, I hear the shuffling, the moving about.
This room is full of bananas and money.
Bananas and money, all right.
At a glance, you can see the money is counterfeit and very poorly counterfeited at that. Instead of presidents, the bills feature pictures of bananas. Along with banana bills, the room contains squash bananas. It must have been run through the printing press. It's as if whoever was making all this funny money was a little distracted. There's a precarious...
Tell us, this you're the game.
I am reading this once, word for word.
All right.
It's ridiculous. There's a precarious pile of bananas beneath a high shelf, and you can see a box up there. You can probably climb up there to check it out, if you dare. There is a door leading out into the hallway. Next to the door is a large unlocked freezer. Oh, perhaps that's that ice
Oh,
cube.
right, yeah.
Or gelatinous cube. Or washing machine. It's the washing machine.
Washing machine. Oh, for the money, I see. Laundering it.
Yes, money laundering. Unlocked freezer unit built into the wall. Okay. If you're level 3 or higher on the psychic scale, which we are, King in Yellow is concealing it. We are level 3.
Okay.
Draw clue. So we get a clue.
Ooh, yes, clue.
Clue 72.
Ooh, that rhymes.
72. It rhymes for reasons of added cheese. Card 72 refuses to part from card 73.
They're attached. They like each other.
I shall step in and break up that. What the hell is... What's that supposed to be? I don't know what this is. Is this a premonition? Yes, it is. So we're being warned about something. Premonitions, I don't even know. Is it the right way up?
Okay.
I suppose.
Looking at it with my trusty... Oh, okay. You took it away.
With your trusty magnifying glass, because you are a detective.
That's right. So it's on a door.
It looks like a door.
Taped onto a door.
Something taped onto a door. Is it cardboard?
Is it maybe part of a puzzle or something? I don't know.
Is it curved? It's like the top of an
The
umbrella.
door is like orangish.
I don't know. It's very strange.
Mm.
Anyway, if we see a door that's got a repair patched on it,
Okay.
we want to avoid that, I think. Optional challenge. We need a purple for sort of, we don't have any of those. Climb the banana pile. Win, draw a clue. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 4.
You know what? The clues haven't been that valuable.
Are we skipping that one?
If you want to do it, that's fine too. But
That would take us up to 4.
yeah.
And then we could drop at 3 by drinking a bottle of water, take it back to 3.
But is it really worth it for a clue?
We don't know.
Has it been worth it so far? Let's put it that way.
We'd have to review the entire process and see what helped us out and what didn't. We can head into the hall, or we can open the freezer unit.
Oh, open the freezer unit.
I wonder if is that meant to be the freezer, that thing there? It doesn't say it has a patch on it. Well,
It doesn't really look like a freezer.
Let's open the freezer.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong here?
Well, whatever it is, it's frozen, right?
Yeah, it's like a Neanderthal or something. Someone's going to have to explain why they're cloning chimpanzees to make fake money.
Did they say they were glowing green?
Or something glowing green.
Well, it's just there's a lot of green slime in the Nightmare Premonition picture.
Right, here we are. The moment you open the freezer door, a stench overtakes you. It's so cloyingly sweet that you almost gag. Then you hear breathing. A creature stands before you on 4 bulbous legs that jut out from a curved, elongated yellow body. Its pale skin is peeled back at the head to reveal soulless black eyes and an enormous mouth full of razor-sharp teeth.
Lovely.
It's a banana.
A banana?
A hideous...
No, that's you, right?
Again, I'm reading this. It's a banana.
A balala?
A banana, a hideous shark-mouthed banana.
It's a banana. That's really what it says.
It really says that.
Okay. All right.
Crafted by some manner of mad science or dark sorcery far beyond your understanding, the creature shrieks and snorts, then it charges you.
All right. All right. I'm trying to picture this. Oh my god.
We have-
all right.
We have officially jumped the shark.
Yes, I think so. That being the shark, I don't know. So okay, so what are our choices?
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the refrigerator. Required challenge. Our choice is to fight the banana creature.
All right. So we've got the switchblade. Is that going to come in handy?
Yes, it gives us +1.
So we're hoping for 2 or above?
Yes, anything but a 1 and we'll be fine.
Okay.
Against this vicious banana.
Yeah, that's a new one, you know? Like it's creative, it's unique.
Right, here we go.
Okay, 2 or above. 2 or above. We will not be taken out by the suspicious banana creature. Okay, 3.
Now, what would have happened if it rolled a 1?
I would have been sad.
Yes, quite.
The banana creature would have feasted on our remains.
Well, we have defeated the banana creature.
There we go. Not really something you want to put in your resume, but yeah, I'll take it.
I'm a private investigator and a psychic investigator too, and perhaps you'd care to read my resume. You'll see that I fought the vicious banana creature in the freezer.
Then they were just wondering what sort of things you smoke.
We're going to clue again. We have 1. Cables everywhere.
Thought a card sort of shot out of your hand and across the room, like a hated pair of dice.
It's more maybe terrifying, but the creature's insides are as soft and squishy as you'd expect a bananimal to have
All right.
I just
Banana
can't.
Anna.
You split it in two, and a glob of its flesh winds up in your mouth. It
Oh,
tastes
really?
amazing.
Seriously?
You're complete.
Seriously?
You're completely rejuvenated. You accuse me of making this stuff up. I mean, seriously.
Oh, okay.
Lower the danger meter by 3. It's
All
already
right.
at its lowest. Move forward 2 on the psychic scale. We'll become more psychic and less dangerous after defeating the vicious banana creature.
Okay. All right.
I think we're a bit sidetracked by this.
Well, it was somewhat arresting, astonishing, unexpected.
With the creature bested, you have a good opportunity to search the freezer unit, which is an odd triangle-shaped chamber designed to be opened on 3 sides. You see a huge bed of banana leaves in the corner, piled with miscellaneous garbage. There might be something valuable in this weird nest, if you can stomach sifting through it. There's also a large block of solid ice stuck to the wall with something frozen inside. Perhaps you can break it open. Now, perhaps that's the cube.
Yeah. As you were reading it, I was thinking that.
You find that the freezer doors can be opened from the inside. You hear the soft hum of a machine purring behind one of them, and the other is utterly quiet.
Okay, sorry, what are the choices?
There's an optional challenge. It's blue, so we'd use binoculars for that. We would search the creature's nest.
Sure.
There's a second optional challenge. Break open the block of ice with a strong arm, which we don't have any of.
Oh, so we can't do that one?
Well, we could. You want to search the creature's banana nest?
Sure.
With binoculars, which are so handy, so close.
With nanoculars?
Why not? It's a bananimal. Bananimal? Bananimal. You say bananimal, I say bananimal. Let's call the whole thing off.
Oh. Okay, so we're going for 2 or above, right?
I think we always are. Are we? We have
Well,
3.
because we have the binoculars.
Yes. Here we go.
Okay, 2 or above. 2 or above. 2. Yes, 5. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Scored a great victory in
Yeah.
discovering
Uh-huh.
the creature's lair.
It's all because of my chair. Just want to let you know that.
With the
So what did we
crookedness,
find? A lot of like squishy leaves.
crookedness of the dice. It has nothing to do with that.
So we slip and fall.
We have found a standard 9-volt battery.
Great. Awesome. Because you can never have too many of those.
Here we are. Got 3 of them. I think we'll use them to power the unlicensed proton pack at the end when we go all Ghostbustery and fight the bad guy. So here's a challenge. Break open the block of ice. If we fail, the danger meter goes up by 1 and we can try again.
Sure, yeah.
Let's go for it. There's nothing to add there, sadly.
So we need 3 or above?
Yes, we'll need 3 or above.
Okay. Okay. Come on, 3. 3 or above. I'm hoping for 3. 3. We just 4? Okay, I'll take 4. 4 is good. Nice even number.
We have 1 again. Let's see. I don't believe it.
What?
It's a homemade ghost trap.
Oh, okay.
Just after I was talking about Ghostbusters.
Maybe that's what we need the batteries for.
It's a cassette tape recorder hardwired to a storage tank. An index card on the back says the tank is an astral containment vessel. So instead of capturing sounds, it captures ghosts. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward a space on the psychic scale.
Okay. All right.
So there we are. We're up to rounding the corner. Well, we got that. There's the humming door or the silent one.
I don't know. What do you think?
It says the freezer doors can be opened from the inside.
All right.
Well, there's a machine behind one of them and the other is utterly quiet.
Yeah. Do you have a preference?
I think the machine is interesting and the quiet one could be deadly dangerous, but it could be the other way around, you see.
Well, no. That was my first thought too.
Well, let's try the humming one and live to regret it, I hope.
Don't you mean live to not regret it?
No, I meant that.
All right, all right.
Oh, yes, it's a room.
That's not entirely surprising.
I thought it'd be a compartment,
Okay.
making all sorts of mouse squeaky noises, getting these cards apart from each other, using the...
Yeah, this is the thing about play, even on if you have a fresh card deck, I'm sure you've come across this where it's just impossible to play like the first couple of hands without cards flying around everywhere.
The cards are not easy to hold. They're a little outsized, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And although they seem very cardboardy, they are a bit flimsy.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
This room is filled with generators of every shape and size, and they all look extremely unsafe. In fact, one of the older, larger ones has a huge crack in its casing, but it's still running with irregular bursts of electricity arcing from it to every nearby surface. You'd rather not get too close to it, but you'll have to if you want to investigate the door to a vault on the other side. The only other exit isn't the door at all, but a massive hole in the wall that leads into total darkness. As you feel around the dark for a light switch, you discover that the passageway isn't so much a hallway as a tunnel, with rough walls that have been dug out of rock and soil. So we have this.
Okay.
Thing.
Let's see here. Oh, so that's what we see. If you try to get past the cracked generator to reach the vault, go to. All right. So what do you want to do?
Well, I wonder if this is the vault.
Oh, let's see the image again.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what those the black spokes are, but yeah, it looks like a vault. I mean, that's what I said too, wasn't it? So yeah, let's try it. Let's go for it.
But these are premonitions warning us away from stuff like that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's not do that.
I think we should try the tunnel.
Okay.
This may be the wrong choice.
Ah, well.
Lots of little red signs here.
Red signs?
Little red clue numbers on the card.
Ah, okay.
You can't see more than a few feet in front of you as you walk down the tunnel, so when a man's voice calls out from the darkness, you almost jump out of your skin. Hey, you! You freeze. What now? You're the new lab assistant, right? It's about time you got here. You have the briefcase?
Ooh, okay. Do I? I can't remember. Okay, there we do. You know my situation with my monitor, okay?
If you have clue 38, which we do, give it to the mysterious stranger by discarding it and drawing clue 62.
62, all right.
If you do not have clue 38, something else happens. Oh dear. Continued on the back. Ah, there's a cell door. But first, we shall cash in the money.
Okay.
And we get another clue, 62. Pleasure doing business, he says. Even though you gave him what he wanted, he still spits on the floor and grumbles about his crew waiting for him in the garage as he hurries away. Perhaps I should say garage, as we're talking about elevators and not lifts. Your psychic senses tell you that giving him the briefcase was the right thing to do.
Well, that's good.
I think it sounds decidedly shady, but okay. The psychic scale advances terrifically.
Oh, wow, look at
We're going
that.
to need that finished story card, whatever it was. 87. The man rushes back down the tunnel in the direction he came from, his footsteps booming in the darkness. There's a door with iron bars built into the wall here. It looks like it could lead to some sort of cell, or maybe a kennel. It's unlocked.
Ooh, yes, let's do that. That sounds good. Yeah, all right.
We're out to rescue someone. So are we going for the cell door, presumably?
Yes.
You slide open the barred door. It looks much more industrial than the other rooms you've been in. The door slides shut on its own clang, and you hear it lock behind you. Well, that can't
That's comforting.
be good. You see some kind of gated structure down the hallway in front of you and quickly press yourself against the wall when you realize that two figures are guarding it. There's also a desk on the side of the room that's out of the guard's line of sight. If you're level 3 or higher on the psychic scale, we're now level 4, draw clue 80. Mm.
80. All right. Clue 80. Come on, 80.
You attach a great deal of significance to that.
That's a nice round number.
Good gravy.
The sum of two nice round numbers. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Being warned about a flaming brain.
At least it's not a flaming banana.
That's a small
Although
mercy.
that would kind of be good. What are those called? Bananas Foster? Haven't
Right.
talked about food in a while.
We shall leave that there. We'll see that there. Flaming banana.
Ooh, deep fried banana is really good. A little bit of batter on that with some ice cream.
We can try our luck with the guards, or we can sneak across the room to the desk.
I'd say sneak. Let's sneak.
You make it to the desk unnoticed. The only thing here is a fancy new computer. It's a shiny beige box underneath a monitor that glows with rows of green text and a blinking command prompt. If you can manage to break through the computer's security, you might find some useful information stored in its internal memory. Which,
So it must be at least the 80s then.
well, coming from 1983, it'll have the internal memory of a wristwatch.
Yeah.
And I don't mean a digital one.
Yeah. Sorry, what were the choices again?
Let's see. Optional challenge. Search the computer for information. If you're level 3 or higher on the psychic scale, add 1 to your roll in addition to any challenge booster. We are inclined to get the trusty binoculars.
Uh-huh.
Raise the danger meter by 2, and after the challenge, continue below. The one way out of here is down a hall to a gate guarded by 2 chimps.
Okay.
Approach the chimp guards by going to that story card. Okay, so first, we're going to hack the security of this incredibly complex machine.
So 2 and above, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. 2 and above. 2 and above. 2 and above. Come on. Yes. 3. Take that.
So basically, you
Okay.
just type in the password, which is password.
Does it say that?
No, I'm making that up for once.
So hard to tell.
It is very hard to tell. The cheese is strong with this one.
Okay. So what do we get? What do we get off this archaic machine?
We gain clue 66.
66. Ooh, 66.
66. It's kill all the Jedi. What? You can't crack the computer's security, but then you notice an index card taped to the underside of the monitor. Written on the card is...
Is that a question? Written on the card is... Sorry, basically you try it and it works. After a few seconds of poking around in some files, you learn that there's a very important prisoner being held in cell C. Okay.
Banana is the password.
Banana. Oh, banana. I see. Okay. What do they have with bananas in this game?
Oh dear, it's a fight is about to break out, I can tell. Let's knife them. The 2 guards are huge chimpanzees as tall as you are. They're walking upright just like you are. They're wearing security guard uniforms just like you are not. They notice this key difference. They attack. We must battle the guards. Well,
Okay.
I hope we win this. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 4 and try again.
All right. Right. 2 and above, right? 2 and above?
Let's see. Yes. Plus
Okay.
1, so 2 and above.
2 and above. 2 and above. 2 and above. Yes, 6. Now I'm beginning to think that your dice are a little, like, weighted.
They can't be. It's said on the packet that they are scientifically accurate. They only look crooked.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
So we won. Turn over the card and continue. Once you defeat the chimpanzee guards, you find that the gate will only open with an electronic key card.
Okay, all right. So that's what we were looking for.
If you have clue 28, 228 or 77. You open the gate. Let's see.
I don't think we have either of those, do we?
28 or 77. We have batteries. Are any of those batteries numbered? No, they're not. Well, apparently we don't have.
Oh, okay.
We've
Oh,
missed
well.
something along the way.
Maybe we could try to jimmy it open with the switchblade.
We go to another card. Right, 88. Without that key card, you're trapped. You can't get past the gate, and you can't leave the detention center through the locked front door. Just as you're about to give up, you spot a hole in the ceiling tiles, mostly obscured by shadows, in the corner of the room. Go through the hole in the ceiling by drawing clue 70.
Clue 70.
The hole opens up into a vertical shaft with haphazardly placed handholds like a climbing wall. You've found a secret passage. You must ascend the shaft.
Okay.
If you win this, you'll lower the danger meter by 1 and get a clue, and if we lose, raise it by 2 and try again. Oh dear.
Oh, ominous.
So we don't have any of those, it's just a straight roll.
All right. So 3 or above, right?
That's right, 3 or above.
Come on, 3 or above. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Well, luckily we made that.
Okay.
Go to another clue. You've climbed 20 feet when the handholds suddenly recede into the wall and disappear. This isn't just any secret passage. It's a booby-trapped one. Think fast. Avoid falling. Luckily, we can use something with blue on it, eyeball. So we whip out the old binoculars, which makes perfect sense under the circumstances. And we add 2.
All right.
See, if you're not going to chant, we're going to fail the roll, aren't we?
2 and above, 2 and above, 2 and above, 2 and above, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay! Come on.
The gaming gods, they wonder if your heart's in it, you know.
Come on, 2. Come on, 2. Oh, there we go. You see, that's what you get.
It was
Totally my fault.
I blame you entirely for not chanting immediately.
All right. That's my bad.
We raise by 2. The danger meter shoots up by 2, and I'm afraid we're forced to try again.
Okay.
We still
So
need a 3,
is it still 2 and above?
Let's see. Yes, it is.
Right.
Oh, wait, no, it isn't, because we've failed the challenge, so we've lost the binoculars.
Oh, okay. So we don't have those anymore. Oh,
No,
that sucks.
they
Okay, so it's
go.
2 and above.
I'm pretty sure they go.
Or you mean 3 and above.
Yes, it's discarded from the game. We have lost the binoculars. They slip from your grasp and they fall down the shaft and smash.
Oh.
But we have to try again.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay, come on, 2 and above. Or no, 3 and above. 3 and above. We want 3 and above.
Yes, it's harder. Oh, you don't want to. See, have you jinxed it again now?
Maybe a good 4. Give us a 4. Come on, go 4. Oh, 5. All right, good. Take 5.
It is all just dice superstition. I wouldn't worry about it.
Just whatever. Makes the game a little bit more fun. A little bit more entertaining. Gives me something to do, you know.
It is.
I can't tell you to stop shuffling in this game, so I have to do something.
It's highly unusual to actually make so many bloody rolls and not fail.
Well, you know, we've gotten it out of the way now.
Ah, we've won, so we lowered the danger meter by 1, even though it went up by 2. Well.
Okay, that's good.
And we go for another clue. Beginning to wonder if any of these clues are any use.
See, I was the one who's placed that seed of doubt, you know. I'm the bad apple.
You found a ledge, but getting onto it is going to take some serious agility. We don't have any of that, so we'll just have to roll. Get on the ledge quick. If we win, we lower the danger meter again, and if not, well, we just keep going. Oh dear.
So we need what, 3 and above?
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's go 3. We can do a 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yes, 3. Or is that 3? Or is that 1?
That's a 1.
Oh no! See, on my screen, it kind of looks like a 3.
For those of you having trouble telling the difference at home, there's a 3.
Yeah.
And it is turned away from the camera. If I turn it around, there's a 1.
Yes, that's clearer now.
So let's see, we have to go again. What happened there? Raise the danger meter by 2. It's gone to 4.
Mm.
I don't know if we're going to put up with that. Are we going to put up with that?
I don't know. What do you think? We could use the water.
We do have a bottle of water there. Discard at any time to lower the danger meter by 3. So, boom, boom, boom. Yes, but it's further back down the track, though. If we fail this roll again, and now we need a 4, it'll go up to 4. And then if we use the water then, it would just barely be a 3.
Okay, sure. Let's do it.
We sacrifice a bottle of water because that's what you do in the middle of climbing this shaft. Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Back to a 3. So let's see if we make it this time.
All right. Come on, 3. Actually, 4. We'll do 4. Come on, 4. Oh, okay.
2 is a
All right,
fail.
we like that. We
So
like
it goes up by 2. It's still a 3. We have to go again. Well, we made that.
4? Is that 4?
That's a 4, yes.
Okay.
Lower the danger meter by 1 and draw a clue. So we go back down a little bit.
So what is it on now? 3? Okay, good.
It's on 3. Too many challenges to climb this bloody thing. Get on ledges.
This hasn't been a fun experience. This
Is it
I really want to know what the burning brain is. I mean, like, as a premonition, it's like, it's like burning brain. If it's like stay away from the burning brain, it's kind of like, I think we could have gotten that on our own, but
Perhaps it means try not to think too hard.
you'll hurt yourself.
There's a passageway carved into the stone wall here, but someone has piled up a bunch of rocks to block the entrance. Move all the rocks. We don't get the option, sadly.
Okay. So a little bit of manual labor, that's fine.
So that's 3 we need.
Okay, 3, come on. 3, 3, 3. Why do I bother chanting? I'm not going to chant.
Goes up 2. It's going to be a 4 now. So you're not going to bother chanting. Okay.
Oh, no, you can chant this time.
Yay.
4, 4, 4. Oh, 6. There we go. See, that's all you. That's all you.
That and my enthusiasm.
I mean, for Scott, I'm saying that's a lot of enthusiasm.
Boundless Caledonian energy.
Caledonia.
We lower the danger meter back by 1, thankfully. We carry on into this wilderness. It's like some endless cutscene in a computer game. If we play it about 80 times to get through it.
No. Yeah. So do you think we'll get to the end of the psychic meter by the end?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Halfway down the passage, you find a chimpanzee sitting at a desk. He's smoking cigarettes and watching TV. He looks angry. We must fight the angry chimpanzee, but we can stab him with our knife. For +1.
See, I want to know what he was watching on TV, because that could have been why he's angry. Okay, so we're going for 3 and above. Is it?
He was watching an offensive cartoon called The Chimp Sons.
Well, that explains it then. So it's 3 and above, right?
We have +1 for the knife, so it's 2 or above.
2 or above. Okay. Come on, 2. We can do it. 2, 2, 2, 2.
Oh
2.
no, it's trapped inside. This is...
See, that would have been like a 2. I just know that
it was a 2, but we don't know that for sure. And sadly, my incompetence
All right.
forces me to take full responsibility for this.
All right. Well, that's fine.
It's still a 2.
There we go. All right.
Dreadful management there.
That's okay.
We have beaten the angry chimpanzee.
Well, that's good. Now we get to watch whatever TV we want to.
We're going to yet another clue. Endless clues here. You run past the chimp and... Really?
What?
You run past the chimp and right into a 10-foot guinea pig.
Oh, okay. Of course, as one does.
It is adorable. And it can kill you.
See, and you mocked my idea of giant gerbils when, the whole Starbucks thing. So, hey, like giant guinea pigs?
Yes. I thoroughly recommend the Pandemic Hot Zone playlist if you haven't tried it out. If you're watching this video for the first time, and you'll find out all about Dr. Moreau and Gucci dresses and who is Dr. Gucci. And anyway, enough
And
of that.
Dr. Doolittle. Dr. Doolittle.
All the doctors.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to this guinea pig. Attack it. Fighting. Sneak past it. Dexterity. Heave a table at its strength. Climb over it. Climbing. Or find another solution. Perception. I say we just stab it. That's the best bonus we have.
All right. Did we get a clue from something like the other thing that we did?
It's been
The
clue
roll-
cards like this all along. No story cards, just endless
Alrighty.
challenges to fight things.
All right.
Oh,
Let's do
let's
it.
see. So the danger is 3.
Okay, so what, three or above? Is that it?
We have +1 from the knife, so it's 2.
Okay, 2, 2. Let's 2, 2, 2. Oh, 3. Yay! 3. We got 3.
Your cheering indicates that we have slain the giant, cute, adorable guinea pig.
Oh, I don't really want to slay it. Just, put it, it wants to take a nap, right? It wants to watch something bad on TV.
So you just pat it on the head.
Mm-hmm. Put in the chair and entertain it with moving pictures.
So you pat it on the head with a knife. And you cart its 10-foot corpse into a chair and leave it watching television. What sort of sick maniac are you?
Well, in my version, it's quite alive. Like I've wounded its wrist or something, and it's looking at me.
No
furiously.
animals were harmed in the making of this video.
Mm-hmm.
Though some authorly sensibilities certainly were.
So we're traveling down some sort of hallway, right?
Lost in a sea of cheese.
Actually, cheese, that would go down pretty well right now.
Clue 77. Oh, we have found the key card. You see an access key card on the floor. You grab it and run through the doors in front of you, unsure of what is on the other side. Keep this item.
Do we get a psychic boost?
No, there's nothing like that.
No. Oh well.
You're now in a chamber with 3 prison cell doors. The heavy iron things with small, barred windows that make it difficult to see what might be inside. There's a ring of 3 keys hanging from a nail on the wall.
Okay. So, do we have to choose a key? Is that it?
Yes, we have to choose. Well, we try cell A, cell B, or cell C.
Okay, well, I chose last time, the last game that we played, and that was a really bad choice. So you get to choose this time.
I seem to remember the man with the briefcase of money told us something about cell C.
Okay, let's do that then.
Or someone told us. Could have been a guinea pig or a carrot or something. I don't know. Let's try cell C.
Okay.
Hope I'm not misremembering that.
It's a better story than not having that in it, so.
Let's see what's in cell C. There you go. Someone's sleeping on the cot in cell C.
There we are.
And they're still there. And we are the 3 bears. And we've come...
Does it say that, or is that you?
No, it doesn't say that. That's me again.
No, that's what I was thinking too.
It's the quality of the cheese in the game that you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Don't know what that says about me.
I was just... No. Okay, continue. I'm just getting myself in trouble now.
Yes, someone's sleeping there with a thin blanket pulled over their face. You can wake the prisoner up so you can talk to him, attack him before he can attack you, or just tiptoe out of the cell.
Well, okay, sorry. So attack him, retreat, or what?
You can wake the prisoner up so you can talk to him.
Okay, wake him up.
Yes. We are meant to... The goal is to rescue the prisoner, so I say this is him.
Yeah. I mean, and it beats trying to carry him out, so.
Okay. You gently shake the prisoner by the shoulder. He flings the blanket from his face. It's an exhausted-looking man who's obviously relieved that someone has finally come to rescue him. Thank you, I'm Professor Marsden, he says. Marsden, you ask? Are you related to Henry Marsden? Yes, this was the estate of my ancestor, General Marsden, but at the moment, we have more urgent things to discuss. And we have reached the end of the chapter.
So this is the end of chapter 3, right?
Yes, it is. Chapter 3, goal achieved. Professor Marsden looks worried. You have to help me stop my former research assistant, he says. She's twisted our scientific research for evil. So she's responsible for all these chimps, you ask? Yes, he says, clearly laying the blame at her door. And who knows, maybe he invented the chimps. Seems a bit strange that he was building all of these giant flasks to keep things in, and she comes along and hijacks it and says they're just the right size for human-sized chimps. Let's kick off with that. I think he bears a lot more responsibility. He's hiding stuff from us.
Yes, but you know the real question? Does he like bananas?
Does he like bananas? Well, if he does, we've got a whole pile back there.
If he does, then I'm guessing he's the bad guy.
Yes, he says, but there's something bigger afoot. I'm talking about the alien science. Holy plot twists, Batman. Marsden says he can provide all the answers you're looking for, but you should first make sure you're prepared to leave this section of the house behind. He can give you explicit directions to important locations if you think you might have missed anything. There's the biochemistry lab. Did we go through that? Call through an air duct, the conference room, or go to the printing press, or the generator room. Otherwise, just advance to chapter 4. They all raise the danger meter.
I think maybe just advance to chapter 4. What do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
We may leave that for another time. It's getting on a bit.
Okay.
Transatlantically, anyway.
Oh, what, chapter 4 you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, sure, that's fine. Yes, it's 3:41 now. It's getting late. Because that's what? It's midnight your time? Yeah, 11:41.
Midnight, yes.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for the game. I think I feel like a banana split.
If I had to choose my own adventure, it wouldn't be the House of Danger, and it certainly wouldn't be a face-slapping contest with the evil Power Master, not even using cold fish as dueling weapons. I once narrowly avoided being spiked by a shuriken star thrown during a particularly rambunctious duel that broke out between players, not their characters, actual players, and that is a role-playing fact. But we're here to talk about the board gaming world, or the world of card games featuring game boards flying alongside the rules in rather shaky formation around about 0 altitude. We entered the House of Mystery and loitered in the House of Secrets, but we right royally cheesed through the House of Danger. Why stop short of finishing the game? Oh, we completed the game. For video purposes, it didn't seem worthwhile filming the end. True story. For those who care, I didn't spoil the end of the game for you. You may wish to seek it out. Bless your heart. I hope your cheese tolerance is legendary. When it came time to play the other game, I didn't even bother considering a video. This short series is a dud for the Prospero Hall design team trading on nostalgia. Sadly, they have to stick to the source material, which is cheese-laden in the first game and contemptuous of its audience in the second. Though the game components differ from box to box, gameplay is, at its heart, relatively unchanged. Surf your way lightly through adventures, reading chapter cards in the first game and planet cards in the second. Hold a handkerchief to your face inside the House of Danger. Versus the evil Power Master of Evil, he's evil so bad, mwahaha, you need to don a spacesuit to keep the reek of cheddar from obliterating your senses. High on the list is your sense of cheese. Them as dies first will be the lucky ones. Should you choose to leave the House of Danger in mid-flight, there is a contingency plan. The rulebook recommends saving your progress by storing game components in the bag. There is no bag. Never was one. I suspect the rulebook meant to say the storage box, or, to go all technical on you, the box. The only bag included with the game is the tiny plastic one that holds a few game components. These games play out in the same fashion. Explore the story. Use equipment to help overcome challenges. You play the first game chapter by chapter. The second game has chapters tied to planets on the map, so there's an exploration mini-game going on there. Two tracks compete for victory in the Power Masters universe. For those watching in black and white, the evil track is red and the good track is green. The race against evil is to a score of 25. If good triumphs, you discover the evil Power Master. But if evil triumphs, there are chocolate chip cookies with coffee, something, something dark side. Both games are set to cheese factor 10, Mr. Sulu. Where the second game truly falls on its sorry arse, though, is in its unflinching faithfulness to the source material. For once they should have chucked that work ethic in the bin. The Evil Power Master's original story is one that feels written by a person who holds science fiction in utter contempt. It is a truth universally acknowledged that contempt for your core audience will alienate that audience. This saggy space opera saga sneers at fans of the genre. The story isn't constructed out of lazy writing, it is lazily constructed out of lazy writing and pretends to have the saving grace of a particle-thin layer of parody to it. All the while, the whisper from the sea rose to the shore. Derision, derision, derision. On top of that, and this may have been coincidence, I've had a harder time beating eggs than beating the evil Powerless Master. A game that feels so random could appear unbeatable, it's true, and we'd hate a game for that. Somehow it's even easier to hate a game that feels so random that it throws an easy victory our way. Did we play a game, or did we play the game's own tutorial level with the training wheels and autopilot firmly on? For a game based around challenges, there was no challenge here. Adding the mechanic of being able to visit chapters out of order by flying to their corresponding planets didn't truly add anything deep. When you expect more, you must prepare to expect more cheese. Are these games for you? No, they aren't. I experimented with them in the lab. The game aspect of the first box would have worked with a more consistent story. My problem with the first plot is the cheese. Not to spoil anything, but once you decide to merge your many meandering plot threads into a single line about aliens, you don't really have anywhere else to go. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Watch in astonishment as the author, dressed in black, starts painting the room from the doorway and gradually works into the furthest corner, setting the tin of white paint down as the last desperate act of someone too tired to even bother contemplating a leap for the window. The second box shakes up the gameplay just enough to appear varied, and it is mere appearance at that. Sadly, the plotting carries the air of an author driving a stolen van packed with sweaty dynamite at a cardboard house full of paper school children while yelling, "Watch this for a wheelie." Prospero Hall had an unenviable task in bringing those choose-your-own-adventure books to life as a game series. Stick to the atmosphere of the source while making sure to avoid the atmosphere of the source. There's no way around it. If you like cheese, really like cheese, you'll still be hard-pressed to like these games. However, if you seek them out in any event, then know this. They are relatively cheap games. Cheap for a reason. They'll pass the time. Ordinarily in a video like this, I'd be inclined to state that your mileage may vary, but let's face it, that's going to be footage and not mileage. Was there fun to be had playing these games? We laughed for all the wrong reasons. I suppose that counts. We laughed. The format is one of reaching the end and solving the mystery, yet the concept of multiple endings does not lend itself to repeated play. I've played each game once, and I feel I've discovered everything that each game has to offer. It's a one-joke format, likely to fall flat for you. Of note is the running time for each game. House of Danger took far longer to complete. Multiple sessions, 60 minutes per chapter. Your battle with the Power Master has a running time of 60 minutes all told. I suspect this was meant to read as 60 minutes per chapter as well. But the Intergalactic Odyssey took one gaming session, a few hours. This had little to do with game system familiarity and much to do with the easy nature of the game. I had to learn the same game all over again, with the added layer of learning provided by the addition of that planet-hopping map. No, the challenges were the problem. Challenges felt easy to beat, and it wasn't long before the villain's ultimate location was revealed. You work your way through the chapters in the first game. It is possible to skip whole chapters, entire planets and subplots in the second game. Missing a planet didn't add to the desire to play the game again to see what was missed out. It certainly shortened play. Hell, I could sit and work my way through the unused cards to see what was swerved, but frankly, I can't be bothered. Is there a place for this sort of system using better source material? Yes, there is. But the cheese is strong with this one. Absolute Cheddar has tainted the notion of taking the series to the ultimate heights. Tellingly, the first game saw print in 2018, and the second in the series appeared a year later. COVID wouldn't have hampered publication of a third game in 2020 or a fourth in 2021. The pandemic didn't stop new versions of Pandemic being published, after all. This game franchise will just have to settle for plumbing the depths. I should have paid more attention to the numbers on the official website for 1 to 8 players. The smaller the box, the more worried you should be at larger player counts. Each game is a one-off game, no matter the lip service rented out to replayability. If you don't mind that, and cheese is your thing, there's a 50-50 chance you'll enjoy choosing your own adventure, but there's only a 10% chance of that. Ah well, there it is. Perhaps my view is coloured from not having read the original books. Thank heaven for small mercies.